Good day, gentle people! It's your favorite Mr. 42. I was afraid we were going to have to cancel this live stream. The reason is I'm not very good at live streams just yet, and I can't do this all by myself. But we have a guest waiting already, and I see Nimrod in the chat who made a pledge that he will not miss any live streams. So he might be coming on as well, if his devices allow him to, because sometimes he has technical problems, and we won't hold that against him. So I hope everyone is alright. Let's first welcome the people that are here. There was a button there. There it is. So that's Bunny Killer, David Oliver, Jens Gurka, Jan Rep, M2M, welcome, Nimrod, Paul the Potato, Professor Phil Bell, welcome as well. Everyone's welcome. Scott Meyer, Shmoku, Sir Little Wolf, and Stevie B. If someone is missing from this list, blame YouTube because I'm using the participations list. So thank you all for being here. So let's welcome now our guest. It is Andy the Android.
Hello.
That is not fair, you're too small. Hello Andy, welcome.
And I have my new teeth.
Oh. That took a little while, but I think that's normal.
Did.
How do you feel now?
Pretty good, actually. I can smile with confidence. It's wonderful.
I can totally imagine that. Let me ask you something for the chat. For a certain person, Nimrod, are you trying to join us? Because you made a little pledge for yourself. It's not really a promise to me, but I'm wondering if you try to keep it up or if you're like, nah, not today, it's too early. Because both are totally fine, of course. M2M, welcome back from the hospital. I hope you're feeling fine as well. He had a mild heart attack a few weeks back. Was in the hospital for a little while, but he's out of the hospital now. I heard yesterday on the shills. He was feeling better. I hope that still keeps up.
Incoming subspace signal. Sorry.
There's an incoming subspace signal.
Starfleet are always on my ass. I forgot to do my report last week, and they've been nagging me ever since. It's actually my husband.
M2M is doing great, so that's good to hear. So what have you been up to lately, except for the medical stuff?
So I quit smoking yesterday. So I'm now a non-smoker. I'm on a vape, and underneath this there's a patch, but they never stay stuck to me. So using a bandage. And I recently acquired an electric car, which I'm rather excited about. So I have a Nissan Leaf. So, and that's what my husband was texting me about, actually. He's just letting me know that he's waiting to use a charger.
That is important stuff sometimes as well, indeed.
Yeah, we can't charge at home because of the way our house is set up. So.
Okay. Let me check. Let me set up my screen a little bit because I was... Yeah, that's better. The chat in Restream does work, but it's not as good as the one from YouTube itself, so I'm putting them side by side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally not even out of my nightwear. My night dress and dressing gown, but it's Sunday.
It is a decent outfit, so that doesn't matter for the stream. That is all fine.
No one cares.
Exactly. Oh, what is it? Let me try something in the same time, because I was actually going to use a paid version of Restream.
Right.
Now the only thing that I forgot about that is to pay for it first.
Oops.
No, that's fine. Free version works perfectly fine, but this is a little bit better. I forgot the dates. I think this was the data that I will not scream out loud. Oh, there's a second guest coming.
In the background. Oh, it's just my mirror behind me. Okay.
Yes, now we have a paid version. Now we need to figure out some stuff that I will do in a second, or not right now. I see we have a second guest, and that was as predicted. but he is kind of nameless. His name today is in 3 emoticons.
Face palms.
Because this is the stream where strange stuff happens. So his name is usually very appropriate.
If I'd known, I'd have chosen something funnier.
Well, you can still change it if you want to.
Oh, okay.
There is a button somewhere. Now, let me take care of this first. Now the Restream logo can be changed. I just need to figure out where I put mine. Oh, that's weird stuff. It's unlocked. Yeah, Gimma. I think it was here. Logo. That might be it. There we go. There's a logo right top right.
Ooh.
Yes. That looks better
Wrong
than...
way.
Yeah, that's there it is. Limot, I'm not sure if you are trying to talk, but it's not working if you are.
No, I haven't talked yet.
Ah, there you are.
Yep.
Put your volume up a little bit.
Hello,
one
everybody.
Yeah, one moment.
Hello.
My daughter is in the stage of potty training is very interesting, but she doesn't quite understand how yet. It's a bit late,
Aw.
but that's fine. It's a very
Yay, kids.
interesting thingy. Yeah.
Yeah, they get there when they get there.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. Yeah. I'm not forcing her too much. She does it all in her own time. That's how it is. M2M, please do. He's asking if we mind if he joins in for a short while. But please do. You're always welcome, M2M.
I'm using my premium mug from Poundland. I mean, you
Ooh.
know, a whole pound for one of these. You too could own one if you live in the UK and go to Poundland.
Yeah, that is a thing
Oh,
that I am not.
There we go. My
I'm
camera
not
was partly covered. Sorry.
I'm not living in the UK.
No, I don't suppose they have Poundland in Germany, do they? So.
Well, there is something very similar. It's called
okay.
Euroland.
That would make sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't get many pounds over there, so yeah.
Yeah. It did make sense because everything is now €1.10.
That's hilarious.
That is
Oh my
hilarious, and
God.
of course they will not change the name because that doesn't roll off the tongue as much. But it's,
Yeah. €1.10
actually,
land.
a few months I made a picture of that with the name and the prices just below, and I was like, this is inflation in action. And I see M2M joined us. He is without webcam today, which is perfectly fine. And welcome all M2M. Hello Matt, how are you doing?
Afternoon, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, afternoon. Hi, how are you?
We are fine.
The camera should be coming on now, but it doesn't look like
I was about to say, it looks like you're trying to use a camera, but it's all black.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Or actually, it is dark grey, it's not even black.
I know. I don't know why. It's all been working with everything else. Oh, what? Do you know what? Should we just leave it like that, or should I'll just blank it. There you go. I'll just
it's up to you. It is it is your face you want to show or not.
Well, not especially.
Yeah, well, maybe not now because you're right out of the hospital.
I'm sitting here in my my nice cozy dressing gown, so I don't suppose your audience would want to see that, but in particular, to be honest with you. But there we go.
I've just used a fancy background, so it looks like I'm now in a luxury apartment with a swimming pool. Oh, lovely. Okay. Yep, we'll pretend that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, my background is still more expensive, huh? But yours does look very lucky.
Yeah, but your all the technology in your background is all obsolete. That's Star Trek. That's from like 1980s. So you know.
It's from 2024 something.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we have another guest, all the way from Russia. Here is Smoku. Welcome, Smoku. Or Smoka,
Hello.
what is it today? Hello.
Hey.
Today I'm Smoka.
Smoka, okay. How are you today?
I didn't sleep today.
You didn't sleep. Oh.
So I am yesterday. Not today.
Right.
So
you're still yesterday. Fair enough.
So your week will be going from Saturday to Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. I had such weekends in the past as well. Having a daughter does make that kind of obsolete. I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, she's. You were saying earlier on she's potty training at the moment, is she?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
that is fun. Yeah.
That is fun.
well, actually, I
Right,
am not. I'm not really potty training her from my part. She's trying to potty train herself. She does find it very interesting, which should make it be a little bit more easy at some point. She will figure it out with a little help.
Yeah, it didn't with both my kids actually didn't take too long actually. Funny enough, it wasn't really much of a chore at all. They just seemed to take to it pretty quickly, which is always good. So yeah, but the first sort of few attempts was interesting. Patience is the key. After that, he just kind of clicked into pace. I think it literally just took a few weeks, or I don't know, maybe a couple of months, maybe with my son, maybe. But that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
Be quick.
And at what ages was that happening?
Oh, blimey! Now you're asking. I'm not sure. 1.5, 2, something like that. Maybe I'm not sure.
Right.
I'd have to look. I'll have to ask my ask their mother. I think because I'm pretty bad at remembering dates and time.
Yeah. Yeah, my kiddos are a bit late. My son was in it already 5, and my daughter is getting up slowly on 4 now. They were a bit late, but with my son, it was from one day to the next without any training. Actually, it clicked. Bam.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just gonna say
thinking
that.
about it, it's probably because like it's toddler age, isn't it? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Go
that
ahead,
with my daughter, she just the potty was around. She had her nappies, and it just one night it just clicked, and she just loved using her potty and being able to see her poo and everything in it. It's just like, yeah, okay. So
Get them interested in looking at poo. It works.
yeah, and so the first night that she slept right through, and we were wondering, where is she? She usually comes in to change her nappy, but no, she'd actually gotten out of bed, pulled down her nappy, gone to the toilet in her potty beside her bed, and then gotten back into bed and fell asleep.
Oh, bless.
That is nice. Yeah.
So it just went one night click, but you still have the extra safety thing of nappies there anyway. But yeah, no, I don't even. We never even tried to force her to do it at all. It wasn't a thing like you have to use the potty or anything. It's just like, no. When it's time, and something will just click in them overnight, and they'll just use the potty without having to ask for help or anything.
Question from the chat: has she been proud of it and brought you some?
Look what I did, Daddy. Look.
And this is a valid question. This is child logic. Absolutely correct.
It is child logic. Yeah. Daddy, look what I've done. No, the only thing that's brought me poo is my cat because it's stuck to her ass.
My daughter was a complete opposite. When she first used the potty, I was really excited, but she turned around and looked at it, went and ran away.
which is also a valid reaction.
Yeah. Every time, and someone else has to come back and flush it because I'm like, no, I'm not going in there. Right. But you did it, no. Flush it for me, boy.
And my son was the complete opposite of that. He was dead proud, and I was all proud as well. So that was a good thing. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. My daughter was a complete opposite. She, no.
Go get a camera, Daddy. Let's take a picture of this.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like that at the time. The first one, my daughter, because she's the oldest. I felt like that. I thought I'd take a photo of it, and I thought better of it. Nah.
My brother was evil. When he was about 15, he did what he decided was a tremendously huge poo, and he couldn't help but drag me into the toilet to show it to me. because he was so proud of it, and it like went
Yeah.
all the way around the toilet bowl like a big shoe.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Thanks, brother. I love you, Dave. Yeah. Thanks for that. He
Right.
did fart on my head once too. But he's, boys.
Well, that's what a brother's for. I mean,
Older brothers are supposed to put,
Yeah.
fart on your head and tickle you until you wet yourself and all that stuff. So it's normal. Well, I'm told it's normal. I hope it fucking is. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Mess up life, me.
I have a little
Yes.
complaint.
What exactly is
Oh, God knows. We're all unique, just like everybody else. That's what's normal.
I received a little complaint the other day, two of them, that people who joined my Discord now say like, "Oh, sorry that I didn't join earlier. I didn't realize you had a Discord server," and then I realized what happened. People watch my video, and at the very end, when I say, "Hey, that's it for today," people click it away, which is a very normal reaction. But in the outro, I say to people where I have my Twitter feed, my Discord server. And yeah, people don't notice that. So I want to say, people, if you want to join my Discord, the link is in the description. You are always welcome to join. So now you have no excuse anymore that you did not know. Unless people don't watch live videos, which is also perfectly fine. So
you could
put it on screen.
You could also have your Discord logo and the Discord name on your videos as well. You could quite easily put that on there as well. That would help people.
But it takes a little bit more preparation. I need to prepare a little overlay video with a transparent background with that stuff. I haven't come around to it yet, but I will do that at some point. And we have another guest in the back room. So let's all welcome Alan Evans. Welcome very much.
Hey, Alan, how are you?
Hello.
First time I've used this software, so I hope it's working.
It is working.
Yeah, first time for me, Alan, as well. How are you?
I'm not bad, thank you.
That's good to hear. It is working, unless you wanted to show us your face. Then it's not working. If you didn't want, but I think you got it covered.
There is reason in my madness. What is running at the moment is my Gary. Why bother? Please answer the questions you were asked about these photos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then he's like, yeah, why should I bother?
Well, Gary asked me to show them to him, so that he could comment on them.
Yeah. Have you seen my? Have you seen my video yesterday, Alan? I completely destroy his 3 arguments.
Oh, he asked me to show him an aeroplane disappearing, knocked bottom first.
That's my thing that I've been pressing him about as well.
And this aeroplane, there's 64 photos of this single aeroplane disappearing. In fact, all you can ever see of it is its bottom.
Yeah. Well, this all started. You see, Alan. This started some weeks ago now. I think about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was on Ranty's Discord. I didn't know it was live at the time. I just thought I'd just join in the conversation. No, honestly, I didn't. And then it wasn't until Ranty started saying something about super chats and stuff like that I realized. But anyway, he was talking about why things disappear from the bottom upwards, and we had a bit of a to and fro, and it was a bit heated and stuff like that. And I said, well, when I was, Alan, you probably know Southampton Airport used to be called Eastleigh Airport once upon a time, many years ago. Yeah. Well, I lived quite close to there, and when the aircraft actually take off, you can see it go across from my bedroom window and away from me, right? And so the flight path they actually take, or at least one of the flight paths. And I used to, as a kid with my binoculars, I used to watch these aircraft and disappear off into the distance. So obviously well above the horizon. And I do not remember ever any of them disappearing from the bottom upwards. So I left him the challenge. I said, well, show me, or demonstrate a video of some kind, an aircraft vanishing off in the distance above the horizon without any other obstructions, vanishing from the bottom upwards. And then we've got something to talk about. So I think that's where it all came from, and he hasn't done that yet. So the challenge is still open to Gary Wyebother.
Yeah.
Silly man. That's where it comes from, Alan.
Yeah,
He's trying to turn it around.
but he needs time to cherry pick the correct video that we then can take apart anyway.
I mean, it's a bit of a stupid thing trying to reverse it back on you. Show me a video where it doesn't vanish from the bottom upwards. You know,
Okay.
what?
How about any other video of airplanes?
That's like saying, no, you started it. No, you started it. No, you.
Yeah, it's one of them. So it's kind of like, well, you know, like he did. I said to him, I said, well, why is it when I watch those aircraft disappearing, why did they never vanish from the bottom upwards? And his response was, well, you didn't know what you were looking for. Like, what? But, you know, he's going to have to demonstrate. If that's his claim, because according to his logic about things vanishing from the bottom upwards, you know, an aircraft should do the same thing, even though it's well above the horizon.
Yeah.
According to his logic. But
you'd have to be at the same height as it for that to happen.
Well, not necessarily, you know.
I'm not even sure if it would still happen that way. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily, because, you know, from the flight path, it used to be, the aircraft would be more or less going away from me. And but above the horizon, but my binoculars weren't that powerful to see it go over the horizon, so I just used to see it just vanish until I couldn't see it, because I was trying to figure out what aircraft they were and stuff like that, you know, in those days. But you know,
where I live, the aircraft, before they go and do the flyovers in London and also in Southend, they fly right over our town, and we used to live right under the flight path, and we could stand out in the garden and watch all these Herculeses and God knows what else going past, and the red arrows and all that. It was brilliant.
Well, that's what happens when you live on the outskirts of London, near the Thames.
Yeah.
Because originally an Essex boy myself.
Ah, so you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah. but I kind of live right on the East Coast now, up in Great Hangers. So
okay.
As it happens, the Great Circle for aircraft coming from Europe and even like Dubai and the Gulf, going to North America, literally come up and cross over, or run up the side of Norfolk, just over the North Sea.
Oh, wow.
So I get lots and lots of, it's almost impossible to take photographs that include the sky around here without contrails in them.
Yeah. It can be like that here. I really am that close. Well, fuck it. I'm in Colchester, so I'm like 50 miles from London, for anyone that doesn't know the UK. So yeah, lots of flight paths come across, and it's pretty much the same. If I take a picture of the sky, there's probably going to be a trail there somewhere, or an old one floating away or whatever. But yeah, but it's fun though. I like watching big planes go by when they're big, you know, military ones and stuff. I love all that.
Oh, I get military ones training over my house 6 days a week.
Wow.
But the F-15s come up from Lakenheath and play.
Oh, I'm jealous.
At about 15,000 feet.
Wow. Yeah, because they fly a lot lower, don't they, than commercial jets?
Sometimes.
Gary Vanga also claimed he would be able to feel an aircraft rotating at 15 degrees per hour. What? What?
Sorry.
Come again? What is he talking about? Is he talking about the rotation of the Earth in an aircraft? You'd be able to feel it.
Hang on.
What?
Let's do 15
Apparently.
degrees an hour in my chair. Let's get my watch out.
I always like to use an analogy, right? If you think you can detect 15 degrees per hour, hold up a beach ball in the air and rotate it 15 degrees per hour.
I couldn't do that.
I haven't got the patience to do 15 degrees of a turn in an hour in my bloody chair. I just no.
I mean, if you well, actually, the military stuff can go quick enough to be going around at 15 degrees an hour, you've only got to be flying at 900 knots.
Only. Oh, was that all?
Yeah.
Only, yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Well, an F-15 will just about match. Any of the supersonic fighters
Yeah.
will just about manage that.
Oh,
No, it's not Quickie. Not really.
I was going to say, it doesn't look right.
what?
Well, I was wondering how this was perceived.
No, it doesn't just happen to be here, and it does rotate. It just rotates very slowly. The reason we only see one face is because it's been orbiting the Earth for so long, it's in what's called synchronous rotation, so it's tidally locked. It takes about 28 days to go around the Earth, but it also takes 28 days to rotate once, which is why we only see one face.
It took me a lot of time to make that happen.
Did it?
Yeah, because I can do it simply. I put in my webcam, use my scripts, and hey, here I am live. Now try that with a video. I have to put the video as a webcam input.
Oh,
Ah, right, okay.
That took some
Goodness.
doing, but hey, it worked out in the end. I just wanted to do something funny, and nobody in the comments replied to it.
We're just
Sorry,
so
that
used
was-
to
oh,
seeing
yeah.
the Enterprise as a background.
Maybe I should have used a different background then. Okay. I'll keep that in mind for maybe a next time.
I've got a very good friend.
And
who-
considering you,
yeah,
Well, in my earlier videos, I actually show up at different
Naked.
in different people's environments. I've been at Jesse's place, at Conspiracy Cat's place. I appeared in Dell's location. The van of I forgot his name, but it was someone's van. I did appear at certain locations as a hologram, but I was like, hey, let's reverse that for a change.
Hello,
You should
kitty.
do Voyager. Voyager actually had a hologram. Do the doctor's, the sick bay or something.
Oh, look at the kitty. Look.
Stick a thing
yeah.
on your no, not it's not your head, is it? On your arm.
It was on his arm, this mobile
Yeah.
emitter.
Mobile emitter, yeah.
Hello.
Voyager's my favourite.
Kitty.
Yeah, hey little kitty. He can't hear us because we're coming through the headphones.
He's
But
keeping your
he's
neck.
happy.
He's keeping your neck warm.
Yeah, he's happy. He's having a cuddle. He's got what he wants. I assume it's a he.
Kitty is she is full of
Oh,
fish.
she.
She just got a tin of tuna,
Oh, lovely.
and yeah, so she's fish, and she was just sleeping away, and now obviously we're here, and I start talking. She thinks I'm stream, and so has to come and sit on my shoulders. So when I'm sitting here and cursing at my computer, because I sit here to play my PlayStation as well, so I curse at my PlayStation and myself, and so she thinks I'm on stream and come and sit on my shoulders.
Oh, she's a show off, is she?
your
Wants to show
your
off.
mascot.
I have to interrupt shortly.
Yep.
To make
Sorry,
true
kitty.
to the stream's title, I actually need to make some coffee again. It's not my first one. So I'll be right back. Please make it count.
Do you know what?
Alrighty.
I might run and do the same thing if everyone's fine with that.
Two of you.
I'll leave you to look at my lovely distant swimming pool there in the background that just does
Yeah,
opposite.
right.
Yeah, hang on. Show you what's really there. Let's take the background away. Can you see why I did it? It's back of a wardrobe, and the only nice thing I've got in the background is my lovely Georgian creamware washing bowl and so forth. And a very nice handbag that I'm sure no one's particularly interested in, but there you go. I always hang it on there so the strap stays nice and curved. But anyway, I'm going to switch back to the swimming pool and I'm going to go and get myself a thingy. There we
I've got my camera working at least.
That's it. Yeah, nice. Right, I'm going to go.
Incoming subspace signal.
All right, Star Trek's or Starfleet's on my back again. I'm going to go and make a coffee as well, guys. I'll be right back.
So what's new with you, Alan? Anything?
Oh, not too much.
Not too much.
Went out taking pictures last weekend.
All right.
Got in trouble with my care company because they didn't like the fact that I wasn't home, and they didn't know I wasn't going to be home, even though I left a note.
Aren't you supposed to inform them before or something?
Well, not really.
Not really.
I did ask the one doing the complaining, would you like me to phone you up at 5 o'clock in the morning when I go out?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, that was the answer I got, funnily enough.
Yeah. No.
And then I pointed out, and I go out at like 2 o'clock in the morning in the summer. No, please don't phone me at 2 in the morning to tell me you're going out.
They ought to have an answer machine service at least, so they don't have to answer calls, so you can just leave a message. I thought that was the simplest thing.
No, because when you do that, they don't actually pick the messages up, and then they don't know where you're going to be.
Oh.
Got that one at Christmas when I was staying at my daughter's.
Or a text message, or an email, or something.
Well, yeah, they don't do any of that.
Do you mind me asking who the company is that does it?
Yeah, it's a company called Nobilis.
All right.
See, I have no trouble telling them off in public.
Well, it's part of your life. You've got every right to. It's
Yeah,
get the right kind of.
It's difficult because they can't.
Laymen are doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't even email me to tell me when they're coming because apparently that's difficult and hard work.
Well, is it different? Do they come at different times each day then?
Well, no, it's supposed to be the same time every day, but of course it does vary sometimes.
Mm.
And in the afternoon, it seems to vary a lot, like almost a 2-hour window, which is fine if you know if they're going to be early or late, but not good if you think they're going to be late and they're early. Especially if you're going to preheat the oven so they could throw a pizza in there for you.
Yeah. So have your conditions getting any worse, Alan, or are they more or less the same over the last few years?
I'm going with much the same at the minute.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the headaches and the vision problems sorted out because they suck.
Yeah. Did you know? Do you know I came out of hospital the other week, Alan? And I remember I was on Aussie Perspective. I ended up back in hospital again. Literally that night.
Sorry, I went for coffee too.
Yeah, they put a stent in, didn't they?
Yeah, I got a stent. Yeah, and so it was. I mean, when I went into A&E, they said that the troponin levels or the troponin levels were raised. They were higher than the last time, so they kind of more or less were treating it as a heart attack, but they couldn't really confirm without an angiogram. They tried an angiogram that first time I was in hospital to go through the left arm, but they couldn't get access, so they put me down as a CT scan as an outpatient. But then, like less than 36 hours later, took more chest pains and then this time they did an angiogram through the groin and found a blockage, and so it was confirmed as a heart attack. So, albeit a mild one, but holy cow, if that was a mild heart attack, I hate that. What a full blown one! I mean, wow. It was horrible.
I was glad to see you out and about.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good, to be honest with you. I've definitely seen a change in my symptoms. I mean, I'm complicated a little bit because I've got, I think it's a hereditary disease. It's basically I'm in heart failure, which means my heart doesn't function as good as it should do. Currently around about 30%, give or take. So that kind of complicates things a little bit. So they've got to be very careful. So I'm now on medications of I've got to take 8 in the morning and 3 at night. Most of those I've got to take for the rest of my life, unfortunately. Although they are considering actually putting in a pacemaker to regulate my heart function, but they're going to review it in a few months and see where we are with it. But I don't know. I don't know whether I prefer to take pills or have a pacemaker. I don't really know, to be honest with you. But we'll see what they say.
It's getting to the point now where pacemakers don't have to be as invasive as they used to be. So
no, they're not. No.
That's one plus thing, I guess.
No,
Today's
they're not.
Technology is really good.
Yeah, and battery technology's got better as well, so they last a bit longer. I mean, before, not so long ago, you had to have it changed every sort of 4 or 5 years or so, or maybe a bit longer. Maybe they go on a lot longer. But the pain in the butt of that, of course, every now and again they've got to take it out to change the battery on it. So I don't know, but I don't know what kind of pacemaker I get. Apparently, it's a special one of some sort that doesn't shock you; it just regulates the electrical impulses of the heart a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see.
I had a heart condition fixed, but not as serious as what you've got. But I had a supraventricular tachycardia. Try saying that with brand new false teeth.
Can you repeat that? I missed it.
Right now, yeah, supraventricular tachycardia. Basically, you get really fast heart rate for no reason at all. You feel like you're running a marathon, even though you're sitting still. And they went in through my femoral vein, set it going, and then zapped it to break the connection, and it's been fine ever since. So I've been lucky with that, really. It could have been pretty dangerous. And I was riding around on a motorbike with palpitations, and they were like, "You're insane. You could have died. You could have fallen off your bike at any moment." And I had no idea it was that dangerous. So...
Apparently, I'm a cyborg.
Oh, you know what? I've been told. I mean, the way it's been said to me is just having one of these things pretty much makes you a cyborg these days. We all rely on it so much. We all rely on our tech.
We do.
I mean, we're using it right now.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
true. Yeah.
I mean, back in me and Alan's days, we didn't have very few computers, but we certainly didn't have the internet. So we would kind of find things to do. But nowadays, no, I'll be lost without my technology completely.
Yeah, same.
I wouldn't be lost. I'll be able to cope. I mean, I would adjust eventually. I think we all would if it was taken away from us. But yeah, this is my source of connection with people and entertainment and different things as well. I'm sure Alan would agree because from your conditions as well, and right enough.
Actually, I just realised I think I must be part cyborg too. At least when I go out.
Yeah, true. Your chair.
Because of the chair.
Oh, yeah.
Bionic.
Because of my power chair. Which is great, EVs and everything are the future now, aren't they?
Oh yeah, exactly. It's a very small electric car.
More than 5 miles an hour.
There are some that go up to about 13 and 20 miles an hour and things, aren't there? The little scooters that you can get.
The one I had previously did 8.
Wow.
And 8 was good because near where I live is a single track bridge with traffic lights that I have to cross to get to the shops.
Right.
And 8 miles an hour triggered the radar detector on it to change the traffic lights. 5 miles an hour does not trigger.
Oh no! God. Oh, you wouldn't have thought just 3 miles an hour would make a difference like that. That's amazing. It's bizarre.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not the sort of bridge you want to be on when somebody's trying to come the other way in a car.
No, and you don't have the protection of a car on one of those little things.
So you guys kinda augmented.
Yeah,
augmented. Okay, Leo.
Augmented.
Augmented reality.
Yeah, that's what I'm in right now. I don't really have a pool at all. I actually have an Olympic-sized pool. This is just a small one, so people don't get jealous of me.
Oh, talking about Leo, did you see Mr. 42? Did you see one of his videos? I'm sure most of you have. He was talking about the ISS, and apparently it's a bit of pareidolia. Basically, he thought you could see scuba divers in the reflection.
I have.
You see that, but did you notice how he's saying scuba divers? Scuba divers.
Oh, in this case, I did not pay attention to that. No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Scooper. He kept. I mean, it was very
Scuba
deliberate
dive.
because he said it several times. It's scuba divers. Yeah,
I'm so used to covering my mouth when I laugh because my teeth used to be hideous. I keep doing it. Sorry. I'll stop hiding it.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Leo, or bless him.
Pinkins.
I did get. I got credit where credit's due. I got a reasonably nice message from him actually, because one of my videos I decided to do like a short series, thoughts from my hospital bed. Just using my phone, and he left a comment. And Leo left a comment on one of them, and but he said, "I hope you're doing well." But then he said, "I know so many people who have had a certain medical procedure," and i.e. he's talking about vaccination. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
And he's had so many people that have had this that have now started having heart attacks and stuff like that. Well, you can't really argue with that because mine all started well before the pandemic even started anyway. And the reason why I had a heart attack was because of a blockage, and it had nothing to do with blood clot. It was cholesterol. So no, that was my fault. So.
It wasn't a blood clot, it was a fat clot, basically.
Yeah, a fat clot, yeah.
Yeah.
A fat clot.
Literally what that is, isn't it?
Well, what it did show, I was not really sure about Leo's stance on that. And now we are.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know. Yeah.
There's that star thing. Now you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good that he's avoiding that subject at least. Anyway, he doesn't seem to be making any videos about it. Which, I mean, he's entitled to his opinion, but I'd be a little bit more angry with him if he was promoting that kind of anti-vax stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, he's not actively
Dangerous
doing
territory.
that.
No, which is it's fine. I don't have too much of a problem with it.
No, indeed, that's okay.
But I'm avoiding that subject matter as well because it does make me quite angry.
I think I found.
I'm not allowed to So go ahead.
Go ahead, Nimrod.
I think I found your solution. You can follow.
Go ahead,
follow
Nimrod.
allegedly Dave's advice.
Oh no!
At all.
No! We don't do that here.
We're not drinking anything that isn't coffee.
Are we allowed tea?
Tea's fine. Tea's fine. As long as it's made with water out the tap or bottled water, anything that's from nowhere near anywhere else, but
Cheers.
water and normal water.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it does register.
Yeah, you just have to hold it in the right place. But move it too much, it just.
Oh, with your Poundland mug.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I can afford this swanky place behind me here.
Yeah.
You see.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how you do it. You buy everything at Poundland, and then you can afford a swanky mansion like mine, or a corner in a bedroom, which it really is. Oh, is that a mug?
Yeah, it's a mug.
Oh, wow.
I think I have a little issue. I just got a
brilliant.
notification that another guest is trying to join, but the room is full. Which
I'll
shouldn't,
head up.
which
Well,
no,
that-
which shouldn't happen because I actually paid for it, so I can get
Oh.
up to 10 guests.
Oh, okay. I can offer
Um,
to go if you want.
No, you don't. Please don't go. What I think I need to do is refresh the page. That might end the stream, but I will click go live immediately as well. And M2M stole your background.
Damn it! Now everyone knows my secret.
Please stand
Knows
by.
now
while
they
I
all know
refresh.
that we live together.
No, not.
No, we don't. I'm happily married.
We
thanks.
bought the same house. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just an identical place on the same estate or something.
Oh.
It's stamped out property. You do know the way they do them now.
Looking good. I have refreshed the page. I'm
Should
still
we
here.
do the same thing?
No, probably
Okay.
not. It is really the host that is setting the limit, I guess. I don't know who tried to join, but because it didn't give me a name. Ah, there is the name. So my refresh did work. And let's all
Yay.
welcome Farmers Boy. Hello, Farmers Boy.
Hello.
Was that me causing
Hello.
trouble?
Hello, farmers.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Farmers Boy, I must say, because I paid for it today, you made it already the money's worth. Because now we are over
there
the
you go.
limit for the free version.
And I'm going to have to write down what this is and get it myself.
See, I'm just a troublemaker. You know, it wouldn't let me, and I thought, all right, sod you then, I won't bother. Then I heard you saying, oh, hang on a minute. And I thought, oh, okay.
No, it was not an error on your side. It was the restream not refreshing after the payment.
Well, I didn't notice that you'd gone live, and I'd had enough of listening to chemo, and I thought, oh, hang on, here are some sensible people. This might be worth listening to.
You're in the wrong place. There's no sensible people here. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, because prior to chemo, it was Brian Mabbitt shouting and screaming. So,
Well, yeah.
I don't think it'd be very good for my health to listen to Mabbit or chemo right now. So I'm not going to do that for quite some time. Wouldn't be good for my health.
I can change my CGI background. If you want me to put books and
You
things
have-
in order.
You have an impressive background, frankly. If I had a background like that, I wouldn't be using a fake swimming pool. So,
That's a third of the library. Maybe.
wow.
Oh dear.
Is it Star Trek? Please tell me
No.
it's Star Trek.
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
Star.
no.
What is it then? How dare you have
Um,
anything other than Star Trek?
All of that is from
Yeah.
a British comic called 2000 AD,
Oh, I've heard of that.
which is where you get Judge Dredd from. So this is
Ooh.
like a compendium of all of their best stories. I mean, if I just take
Wow.
one, let's take one at random. That's
I love collections.
Sinister
just
and
anything.
Dexter, pair of hitmen.
Oh,
So yes, I can change my CGI background, but it takes me a while to move the books.
just
around.
it takes a bit of time. I'd
Yeah,
have to move the whole bedroom round.
it's
to
not
make
really
mine
worth it for a live
presentable.
stream.
No.
Well, I did actually rearrange this entire room because all of my modelling gear was behind me, and it was such a mess. And when
Right.
everybody started working from home and it was Zoom calls and this sort of thing, you could see that everybody got like bookcases behind them. So I thought,
No.
right, I need to put all the books behind me.
Oi, oi, oi. There is a reason I'm not showing my background. What it is a pink room, a pink wall with a hanging blue screen kind of thing. It's even not straight. It is all wimply and stuff because I don't use it for the color. I use it for contrast only. There's a microphone right here, right next to my face that is hidden. It is a terrible sight for a live stream. Maybe I'm not sure if I am able to do that actually.
Now I'm in orbit.
Switching live.
That's how high I
That's
am.
what was
Yeah,
behind me.
That is live.
Ah,
Okay. Well, it's still better than my background live, so. Yeah, I want to put up a curtain or a something around the back of me, just, so that it isn't a mess. But for now, this lovely globe will work very nicely.
It appears we have we have two Mr. 42s apparently.
Two?
oh,
Do we?
I only see one.
Or maybe that's just something with the screen.
I think you're
Maybe
seeing
my
the
stream,
audio.
maybe my restream is just fucking up.
That's for sure. You
Think it
always
might
have
be.
problems with it. Yeah, he is always using a mobile device. Maybe Restream is not really optimized for mobile devices. I'm not blaming Nimrod in this case.
No. Blame
It's,
the tools, not the workmen.
Is Restream? Is it a free app? Is it or?
It can be free. I just paid for it for extra options.
Okay.
For example, the logo now on top right is Mr. 42 instead of Restream. I can now have more than 6 guests, as you can see on screen.
As I
6
confirm.
people actually. They call it guest, but me myself am a guest always. There's more music options, more color options, so it's a little bit better, yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
a free ver-
how much did you pay for the paid version of it yourself?
That is pretty funny. I actually got a coupon of 20% off.
Okay.
It is paid in US dollars, but with the conversion from PayPal, I paid €13.37.
Oh,
13 years. Is that a lifetime thing, or was that for a year? Or
No, that is for a month.
I was for a month. Okay.
Yeah, but I have seen solutions where you can do it free if you use Zoom and then set up OBS and blah 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 blah. And yes, it works. Yet it's free, but it's way too complicated to keep it up and working all the time. I rather pay, what is it, $15 a month for all the not headaches than do it all by myself.
Yeah,
it's
keep it
just
simple.
much easier. Yeah.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially with people with my patrons and members, I have the income to give something back, so I invest in my channel this way a little bit, and other stuff as well. But this is one of the ways that I invest in my channel. Ooh, Nimrod is back again. No, and
I'm
he's
going
gone.
through my computer at the moment trying to find decent backgrounds.
Yeah, I saved a lot of those. I can even have moving backgrounds. Not sure if there's an option for you. Kind of depends on the program, of course.
Probably, yeah.
Well,
Actually,
you could probably put in a GIF at least anyway.
E-color.
I never tried a GIF. Oh, at least your pronunciation is good. Thank you.
Isn't it
But
pronounced GIF? Didn't the creator of GIF
the
but didn't the
heresy.
creator actually say that? That's what I was told anyway.
That's GIF.
It's GIF. Yeah.
I mean, I've always
agree.
called them GIFs anyway, but still.
Let me try this.
Oh, there we go. That'll do.
Oh, Alan's in mission control now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Th-
no,
This,
know
this
what
is
Alan
me
says.
in
that
Second
behind
Life.
me is the actual Cold War radar control room
Oh, it's radar control
for
room.
the radar systems that I worked on.
Oh, right, very good.
Too busy a background, actually.
Yes, I recognise that picture straight away. I thought, yeah, I've seen that a few times.
I have now a movie as a background. It's
Oh, that's nice.
Orbiting Earth.
Oh, that's cool. I like yours. I'm just showing off my avatar in Second Life.
I don't put up any background. You know how long it took me to
Second
move
Life?
this and sort it
Yeah,
out?
Second Life.
Is that still a thing?
Fuck yeah. I've been in there I'm ancient in Second Life terms. I've been in there like 16 years or 17 years or something. Star Trek roleplay, man. It's all all going on in there. I can get you some Star Trek pictures for your backgrounds if you want. Practically any ship, bridge, view, anything you want. My friend builds it.
Ooh.
And it's like seriously high quality. Really, really high quality. He's amazing.
Oh, Peck. We're going to fall out now. We're going to fall out.
I was
Oh,
about
no.
to say that.
GIF. He says GIF now as well.
What are we going to do about this?
The GIF argument starts.
But I will say what I always say to Peck. Shut up, Peck.
Shut up, Wesley.
He's been around a long time, Peck. You know, I've been seeing him long before I came on the scene. He was kind of like in the chat when I was just joining the chats and some of the anti-flat Earth channels and stuff. He's been around for a while. Unless I'm thinking of somebody else.
Stevie B makes a very good point. GIF, it's for Lemon Day. I mean Pancake.
That's right,
Yes.
Pancake Day.
Lemon GIF.
In your little squeezy lemon that you.
Yeah. It's just as well they changed the name to Stiff for the cleaner, isn't it? Because people would get so confused otherwise.
Yeah, do you know the
GIF.
story? Do you know the story behind that the SIF and GIF thing? Have you heard the story about it? Apparently,
I bet GIF is a rude word in another language, isn't it?
no, yeah, a little bit. That's actually a lot more simpler than that. It's when they tried to market the product in Spain, the Spanish couldn't say GIF or J. But they could say SIF, so apparently they changed it. So apparently there was a big market for it in Spain, so it warranted changing the name.
I think
So
it
everybody
probably
can say
started in
SIF.
Europe, didn't it? And then crept over here, a
I
bit
think
like
probably, yeah.
Snickers. Snickers used to be what, marathon,
Marathon.
in the UK?
Marathon.
Still a marathon to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, when
same
I
here.
lived in Germany, it was
Yeah.
always a Snickers, and when I came here, I was like, "What the fuck's a marathon?"
Yeah,
it's
same-
Snickers, okay, and then they changed it here.
Same
So-
with Starburst. I mean, they're still Opal Fruits to me. You know, they
Oh
all-
yeah, Opal Fruits. God, I've
Opal Fruits.
forgotten about that name. Wow,
Made to make your mouth
takes me
water.
back.
That's right. Oh,
Yes.
you remember the advert?
Opal Fruits made to make
We
your mouth
are of an
water.
age.
Yeah, well,
Yes, we are.
yeah, and now I'm showing my own age. It doesn't show on the camera, thank God. But yeah, well, not thank God, just thank technology. It's got nothing to do with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm old enough to have my youngest stepson is 14, so my oldest is 23.
My eldest stepson is 26.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
mine
26 and 24, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 4. And yeah, so 14, 16, 21, and he'll be 22 this year, and 23 or nearly 24. So yeah.
Now
They
you're
all
really
move-
making me feel old, aren't you?
Well, I mean, they all moved in with us within a month of me marrying their dad. I did not know it was going to happen. It happened very unexpectedly. I suddenly became a mum all at once. 3 boys. The eldest was living elsewhere, but so that was fun. That was a bit of a drop in the deep end, but I've enjoyed it. It's nice. I can't actually have kids. I didn't know then, but you know, now I have kids. So, and I didn't have to get pregnant, which I think sounds gross and yucky.
What?
So,
Well,
you know.
I cheated because I didn't want to have kids because I have a bit of a genetic legacy courtesy of my father. And,
right.
Our family has a genetic condition that skips generations.
Oh,
So
okay.
me and my brother and our cousins don't have it. But if we had kids, they could well end up with familial spastic paraplegia.
Oh dear.
So,
ouch.
yeah,
That
so,
does not sound nice.
No, it basically means you can't walk. So having seen the way that my dad, his brother and his sister were, I made a conscious decision never to have kids of my own. So when I met the woman who is now unfortunately my ex-wife, she'd already got 2 lads, and I think they were sort of on the border between 6 and 8, 7 and 9. So I missed all of that early nonsense. It was like, yeah, great, I've got a ready-made family. That will do me a treat.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my youngest when they moved in was 2 or nearly 2, but he was already talking. He was talking before he turned 2. He's real, you know, he's really clever as well. But
So,
yeah,
I was there in time for the teenage years. God help me.
yeah. I mean, I was there for the terrible 2s and then the everything else that comes
the
after.
terrible T's, it should be called. I mean,
Yeah, terrible T's. Yeah.
And now a short moment to read out a super chat from John Webb for
Oh.
$2 Australian. He says, my share for stream, now gotta use all my chat. Thank you very much, John Webb.
Yes.
Cut off his
Get
pride.
every letter you can squeeze in.
I actually tried to say the full word and hit the mute button on time. I hope it came through.
It did work.
It
Yeah,
worked.
it was perfect.
Very good.
Thank you all for your support.
So I got a little competition for everybody, and this is mostly for the chat. Can anybody tell me where my background image comes from? What is that from?
Oh,
Panel, keep quiet. Let's see if the chat.
That's an easy one. I can barely see it, and that's an easy one.
Let me do that again, Matt. I will
Make
put
it
it a little
bigger,
bit bigger on screen so people can see it.
God, I recognise it. Isn't it like a 60s sci-fi of some sort?
I
That's
might have
Yeah.
an idea. I might have
pretty
an idea.
old.
I could give you the exact thing, but that
I
might
can only say one thing. It's full of stars.
It makes me think of a Jules Verne thing, but I don't know.
Stevie B's kind of got it. Yeah, there you go. Robert Golding, you got it. There you go. It's 2001: Space Odyssey.
So half a point for
See, I
Stevie
knew you
B
said that, and I thought,
and
no,
one
I'm
full
going to be
point for
wrong.
Robert Golding.
Subspace signal.
Sorry, Starfleet are really on my ass
What are
today.
you doing, Dave?
Yes, I've not seen it, so the fact
What?
that I even recognise it is. I
mean,
know.
I've-
All my
I've got it on
friends hate me.
Blu-ray, but it's a sort of thing you can't watch too many times or too often. Maybe once a year, if I'm in the right frame of mind,
Yeah.
I'll dig it out and sit down and sort of turn all the lights off and immerse myself in it. But I'm afraid some of it really is showing its age. When they say, "Oh, Kubrick faked the film landings," really? 3001 came out in 1968.
Does that look realistic to you?
Then
No.
you watch the bits of that
It even
film when
looks
they're on the
60s.
moon. That part of the film hasn't aged very well at all. The rest of it, the very start with the you know the guys in ape costumes being early ancestors of us, that still looks pretty good. The later bits where they're out at Jupiter and all the rest of it, that looks pretty good. But when they're on the moon, it's like, oh god,
No, it's terrible.
oh, crap. It is. So for them to say, oh, Kubrick faked it all, really.
That's what I say. Have you seen 2001: Space Odyssey? His best work at that era. It's just like
Exactly. Oh, it's all
behave.
CGI. Really?
Yeah, 1969. Yeah, right. Okay.
They're just casually flying across the moon surface in the shuttle, and they're eating sandwiches, and they're not. Yeah, and it's like 1/6 gravity, guys. Anyone? No.
Yeah.
You know what films lack of laminar flow of dust always show it's not the real footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's also glaringly obvious now that we've seen all the films from the Apollo missions, and we know what it looks like, and you then go back and look at that film and just go, no.
And even
Sorry.
in modern movies, they forgot about vacuum doesn't make turbulent flow.
Well, in
Well, the
space
best-
mode, we can hear you fart.
Yeah. I mean, the best realistic-looking space movie I've seen so far is Gravity. That was very well done. Very, very well done.
And
Not
that's
very realistic, though.
riddled with mistakes as well.
It
That's
is.
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah.
errors in it.
If you know what you're looking for, yeah, certainly is.
One of the
Yeah.
most
without
accurate
doubt.
ones is
the,
Interstellar.
But for the average layman, it's pretty good. It's very, very good. I must admit. But I mean, that's in space. I mean, it'll be a lot more difficult with like a terrain, like the moon surface. The lunar surface would be a lot more difficult. You'd find a lot more problems with that.
I mean, you watch The
It's
Martian.
not a cigarette, just
The Martian's a very good film, but they got
Yeah.
they made a lot of mistakes in that, and they admitted they had to do things differently to make it a watchable film. But the very start of it with the storm, and it's blowing stuff all over the place, and it's knocking him off his feet. No.
No. Atmosphere's too thin.
Yeah. But they said they had to make it more dramatic for the film, and I understand that because I've read the book a few times. I'm trying to turn that book into a film and keeping it scientifically accurate. Would have just bored the shit out of everyone,
Yeah, with
I can understand why.
Interstellar, they had like a scientific advisor, and he did a whole book about it. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
Kip Thorne
fascinating.
is his name.
They named one of the robots after him, the one
Yes.
that was on the planet that was pulled apart, and then anyway, I don't want to give anything away in case people haven't seen it, but
What spoiler alert?
Yeah.
As a Dutchman, I was a bit confused by his first name because it literally means chicken.
oh really? Me. Oh wow, Chicken Thorn. Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
But he's a great guy, and I actually had the book. I lost it during my transition to Germany, but I had this book about that movie. It was an awesome read. With
It's
a
a really
loads
good
of
book.
pictures.
I think the Claps and the other idiots have only watched one sci-fi movie in outer space. Capricorn 1.
Yes.
Yeah, and they take that
That's
as
where
science probably anyway.
where they-
because
And they
it's
think
not-
and they think it's a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, to them, all science fiction are documentaries. Because like, if we were that capable, we'd be in this much of a mess right now. Yeah. Sorry, mute for a second.
It
Got to
happens.
fake that landing on Mars.
I still say probably the most, and I know a lot of this is down to budget, the most realistic stuff I've seen is that series, The Expanse.
I think I've seen that.
Definitely the politics of it.
The
and what you
Expanse
would
is worth watching.
expect from humans.
Because a lot of the time, if they're on board the spaceship and the rocket's firing, then they've got gravity acting on them. But if they're just coasting along and the engine's turned off, they're in free fall, so they have magnetic boots. And that's an easy way of getting around the whole sci-fi thing of having people floating about all the time. They do. You see the little light lights up on the heel of the boot. You hear the clunk clunk as the magnets hold them to the deck, and they'll go clunk 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 as they walk around. But there's even little touches. I think there's a scene when they're on the moon and somebody pours a drink, and the drink doesn't flow the same out the bottle into the glass as it would on Earth. So they do have all these nice little touches to try and show that they're in 0G or lower gravity or what have you. I think they make quite a good fist of it, to be honest, as they don't have a multi-million-pound budget like these big blockbuster films do.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Expanse is worth watching. But there are, I think, there's 6 series now.
Yeah, I had one of the flirts was talking about how NASA has a budget and they can hire these people, blah blah. So what I did, I gave him a link to the budget reports of NASA on their own website, and I asked him to point out where exactly that would be listed on there. I never got a reply.
Oh, this thing about the budget at NASA. Let's put things in perspective a little bit, right? The total federal budget for NASA is 0.36% of the federal budget, and then if you're talking about GDP, is 0.10 GDP they're spending on space exploration, i.e. NASA. So, I mean, if you compare that to the military budget, if you think about the US military budget, they've got the biggest military budget in the world, period, full stop. And that's all of NATO combined, still would not beat their military budget, not even close.
I think this year past, it was something like approximately $750 billion.
Yeah, something like that. It's ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah. So, I've always said, so if you can imagine that if we took another, 0.36, so it took another 0.67% away from other budgets and made the NASA budget 1%, you imagine what we could achieve. Amazing. Just 1%. That's it. Just 1 single percent. That's all we need to get. We could do a lot more.
Yep.
And of course, most of their money's being spent on salary and wages, upkeep of buildings and facilities, helium, hydrogen. That all has to be purchased. All of the fuels that they use, not just for the rockets, but for everything else, that all has to be purchased annually. I mean, the upkeep of their facilities must be a staggering amount of money.
Yeah.
And how many people have they got working for them? They don't work for free. They all need paying. I think when you've taken all that away, when you actually look at the budget they've got for space exploration, I bet it's one of the smaller figures. Thanks. Let's see if we can't.
Sorry, I'll stop chatting. I'm just chatting shit. Do you like my field of... I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word without your video getting flagged up. It's a field of oilseed R*PE.
That's a perfectly good. That's its name.
Yes, oilseed. Ape.
Well, you don't want to say what it's called.
No, because I don't know. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
No,
it might sound like we're talking about that.
No, you won't. No, you
No?
won't get in trouble
Okay.
with saying the whole row. If you say rapeseed,
Yeah.
Right, rapeseed.
Because that's what. Yeah, it's rapeseed
that's what
oil.
it is.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of vegetable
Or
oil.
rape
is made
oil.
from this. Yeah, vegetable oil,
Yeah.
basically. That's what that's made from.
And to
mostly
the
in UK.
uninitiated, it looks like a field of mustard because the plants look very
Of
similar.
course, they do. They're very similar. I
But
always
around-
scream, just
Around
the four-letter
here,
word
where-
when I see a field of it. I'm like,
Around here, where it's all still very agricultural, you get bright yellow and bright blue fields because the blue's linseed.
Yep.
You get oilseed rape and linseed oil, and you can get some very the green and pleasant land with dirty great big bits of yellow and blue as well. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it is. That's why I like
At the right
living
time
in
of year,
this area. Really, the sort of East Anglia is really full of farmland. There's a lot here.
Ex-East Anglia. I'm a Cambridge.
Right, so you know as well. so,
Well,
so there's
my dad's
one
a
East
farmer.
Anglian. So there's already an East Anglian here, plus me, and you used to
Oh,
be there.
it's East Anglian. It's East Anglian massive.
Yeah, well, East Anglia taking it over, man. In it. So I was trying to do proper Essex
I
for a
mean,
minute.
even
there,
where I am now in Silverstone, it's all still mainly arable countryside. You know, I'm on the edge of the Cotswolds. Half an hour away, I can pop over and see Jeremy Clarkson at his farm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would probably avoid that. I think his water has shit in it. Do you remember that episode? That was so funny. And it says
It's got to be
this
one of
water
the
has no
funniest
shit in
things
it.
I've seen on. Yeah,
And then he found out there was shit in it.
the funniest thing I've seen on TV in
I
years.
wasn't-
Clarkson's farm.
I
Oh,
wasn't going to watch it, but my husband said it actually brings up a lot of really important points relating to farming and the problems that farmers have and that
Yes.
they face, and that's why I watched it. But I really loved it.
Well,
Yeah.
having grown up on a farm and being a big fan of Clarkson, when I saw the
right.
trailers for Clarkson Farm, I thought I've got to watch that.
Oh wow, yeah.
Even to the point where there's the episode where he said he's considering getting sheep, and I shouted at the telly, "Don't! They're more trouble than they're worth. Don't get any sheep."
He
had to
liked
find
that
out
idea, didn't he, of them wandering around in the field and looking all sheepy, you know.
I'd rather have a machine to cut the grass. It's a lot less hassle.
Yeah, it
Sheep,
probably is.
You ask any sheep farmer, they ain't worth the bloody effort. They really aren't.
Oh well, just stop farming meat.
And of course he has to go out and get a tractor, so he comes back with the biggest Lamborghini tractor.
Of course, he would find a Lamborghini tractor. I mean, you know.
Well, that's how Lamborghini started out. Before they made sports cars. Yeah, Lamborghini made tractors.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was his original thing. He made tractors.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well,
yeah,
that's fascinating. I'll tell my husband when he gets home. He'll be fascinated by
Porsche,
that.
Yeah, well, I would love to own a Porsche, but the sort of Porsche I want has got tracks on it.
Oh my God.
Ferdinand after him.
My husband has just unplugged someone else's electric car and plugged ours in because basically he's sat there and watching this thing charge up, and it got up to 98%, and it gets really slow over 80% when you're charging. And this person is nowhere in sight. So my husband's just gone, well, it's 98%. I mean, that's basically fully charged. So he's like, fuck it. And he's unplugged it and plugged it in.
That's fair enough.
I mean, I've known someone else to do that. So yeah, I think that's fair enough. It's not like he's left with 80% or something. At least it's 98. That's pretty good. We usually get bored at 98% and stop charging anyway. It's just like, it goes up to 80 in 15, 20 minutes, but then you wait about another half an hour just for it to go up the last 20% because it slows right down.
I'm assuming the charge ports are all universal, that you can plug it into any electric car. Have they standardized that connection, have they? Or I assume they have.
Currently, there are 4 main charger types. Actually 5 really, but so there's type 1 and 2, which is the ones that you tend to have in a household, attached to your house, which is 3.5 or 7 kilowatts, kilowatt hours. Well, no, 7 kilowatts per hour. And then there's something called AC, which looks similar to type 1 and 2, but isn't, and is a bit quicker at 22 kilowatts. And then you've got something called CCS, which is like a dual port. So the top part of the port is the AC. So that gives that car the advantage of being able to use AC or CCS. Our car has CHAdeMO and Type 2. So we've got the 2 choices, they're separate. So there's kind of 5 at the moment. There's also a Tesla one. They do like a Tesla supercharger, which will charge it really fast.
Really quick, yeah.
Most cars can't handle it, but a Tesla can. So there are Tesla specific chargers, but a Tesla can charge elsewhere. It's just not going to be as quick. But they're like 250 kilowatts and stuff like that.
They're gonna have to standardize these charging points at some point, or at least Yeah, or at least when you go to a charge point, there's a selector or some sort, like a selector switch.
Yeah,
somewhere
that's
else.
how it
They're
works at the moment.
They're gonna have to do that eventually because it's just gonna get, it's just gonna get too complicated when you get so many different types of chargers and things like
Yeah.
that. So they're gonna have to
Most
standardise.
places, if they have a charger, if it's only one or two, it will usually have CCS, CHAdeMO, and Type 2. But some of them, instead of Type 2, are now having AC. So that really, that's just another choice for a CHAdeMO driver. And some of the units, they'll have all three of those things on there, but you can only use one at a time. Others, you can use a CHAdeMO or a CCS, but not both at the same time. And you can use the AC at the same time. So that's the charger my husband's at the moment, actually. So, so two people can charge, but they just can't do CCS and CHAdeMO at the same time. But since a CCS one is the one you can plug the AC into the top of, it's not a huge problem. So CCS is probably the most standardized thing we're going to see, I reckon, because it encompasses those two in one port, whereas mine literally has one port and another port,
It's all going to be out of date soon anyway.
Yeah,
because, well, all of the big manufacturers are all now pouring lots of money into hydrogen. And I know that for a fact because I did some work with Myra last year, and they're all setting up hydrogen test cells, and sort of hydrogen is what they're looking at.
It is very cheap, very available, and doesn't pollute. I mean, it's a damn good choice. At the end of the life of this car, if hydrogen is the way to go, that's the way we'll go. We don't mind. We just want to be green as much as we can. I mean, it's difficult, but
they've got several key problems with electric vehicles, and most of it's centered around the batteries. Most of the work they put in on batteries is to stop them overheating.
But the weird thing is they need to be hot.
Put it out. Well,
yeah, of course, but
yes and
they
no,
also need to be warm. They need to be about 25 degrees to charge at their peak. Anything below that, and it takes longer, which is really bizarre. But it can still overheat, of course. And so, like some of the cars that take a really fast charge now have air vents and fans for that to cool it down if it gets too hot. Like the it's not a Mocha, is it? I can't remember now. No, the E-Nero has that. So it has these two flaps at the front that open up and start using fans if the battery gets too hot. But it also will warm it up as well.
What they have in place for thermal control of the batteries is quite something. Because having seen the test labs and having to help out design some of these facilities,
right.
Their biggest concern is the temperature of the battery.
Yeah, absolutely. There's this range where it's ideal, and then anything above that is obviously dangerous. And then
where they test them, they had a thermal test cell there, and they basically had a little shed outside, and it had four of the biggest. They look like sprinkler heads, but they sort of had 1.5 inch pipe going to them. And if the battery they were testing started to get too hot, then this thing it's like a drench shower.
Yeah.
And just dump thousands of litres a minute of water on top of this battery to cool it down before it catches fire. Because when one of these batteries catches fire, you can't put it out. You physically can't extinguish the fire.
I've heard that the Tesla, if you set your charging location on the built-in sat-nav, it will warm the battery up to 25 degrees, ready to prime it for when you charge, which is quite impressive. And that should be happening on other cars soon. Some of the cars have got like a 350-mile range now. I mean, ours does 100, 110, but we don't need lots of it. But I've heard of cars, I've seen a car with 350-mile range. And I was just like, wow, fucking hell. That's a lot. That's enough to drive up to Scotland or something.
Once they can double that, it might be.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with American and Australian markets and Canadian markets, is that they need the extra, longevity. They need the extra time. And that's always the thing whenever everybody who switches to an electric car, they always have range anxiety. That's what they call it. And I've spoken to people in petrol stations, and the people behind the counter are like, but what do you do if you run out of electricity? And I said, well, how often do you let your car run out of petrol? for a start.
Yeah.
You just don't let it get that low. You watch it. It gets down to 30%, and you go and charge it, or you plug it in at home if you're able to. It's not rocket science, you know what I mean? But what do you do? Well, you call out the fucking RAC. They've got a thing they can plug into you that'll give you about 20 miles, and that'll get you to a charger. So it's no different. If I ran out of petrol, I'd still call the RAC. I wouldn't walk to a petrol station because I can't. So it's the same to me, Even if they have to tow me to a charger, it's not the end of the world. But people really have range anxiety when they think about switching, and then once they switch, they're all like, "Oh,
Well, it's not. I mean, I'm not going to switch anyway because I can't.
It's getting there.
Electric car.
I would highly recommend the Leaf for cost effectiveness. The Leaf is definitely one of the best. It has loads of tech, but it's actually only somewhere between 26 and 30 grand for a new one. Well, I mean, it's about the same price as an equivalent vehicle, So that's just how expensive cars are at the moment, frankly.
I mean, electric cars are coming down in price anyway. I mean, they are gradually coming down. I mean, then if you look at the likes of Tesla, and battery technology is advancing so much. I mean, you can get more from a full charge with a Tesla than you can with a full tank of petrol now.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Give or take. I mean, after a while, perhaps the batteries probably wouldn't be quite so efficient. But as things progress, I certainly think it's going to be something of the future. I think eventually, probably in the next 20 or 30 years, the majority of cars will be electric on the road.
Yeah.
So it's something that we're going to have to face because renewable energy is something we're going to have to do because fossil fuels are not infinite. And that's we know that.
We've got 40 years or something, about 40 years till the
oil runs out. Nobody really knows for sure, but it's been estimated anything from 20 to 60 years, so who knows really for sure.
That's fascinating. I love talking about cars. Any cars really.
Just to address the side chat, no solid rockets.
Once you've lit them, that's it.
Yeah, bit difficult to stop.
You have to turn it off.
That's why when the space shuttle took off, the first thing they did was light the solid rocket boosters, and if they were working okay, the other three got lit as well. It's like, let's make sure these ones are working. Are they fine? Yeah, right. You're good to go because once they're lit.
That's it. Yeah, you can't stop it.
There's no on-off switch. There's no throttle. You can't kill the pumps. It's nothing.
I'm not putting solid rockets on my wheelchair.
There is the I don't know whether it's apocryphal or an urban myth of the guy in the States who put rocket assisted takeoff rockets under his car and they found them on the side of a cliff.
Oh shit!
Because he was I don't know whether it was a freeway or something, but when he got to the first corner, he realised that there was nothing he could do. When they analysed the remains of his car, his brakes were burnt out, and
bloody hell!
Now that story's been rattling around for years. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But once you like those things, that's it. You're going. Well, I think he got to the first corner and he was still going.
I've known of people putting a petrol engine on what's usually an electric wheelchair or an electric scooter. I've seen that done a few times. In different ways.
My view is, if I'm going to try and set a record for a wheelchair, let's make it as close to a real wheelchair as possible.
Yeah, just like a basic one, like the one you get from the hospital, and slap what's on it, or an engine.
And I'm hoping to hit 200 kilometers an hour.
Oof. Sod that with nothing. You want to wear you need a shield around you, so.
And also, if you're gonna go to those sort of speeds as well, you're gonna need to be a little bit more kind of what can I put it, sitting position, like semi-recumbent, closer to the ground.
Yeah, I'll sit up straight, mate. Look, 200 k's is only 120 miles an hour.
You can do that sitting up.
I wouldn't fancy it in a wheelchair though. 120 miles an hour. No, thanks. It'd be a little bit top heavy,
Definitely on the motorbike.
Yeah, my Dominator will do a ton, and you couldn't get much more sat upright than that bloody thing.
Yeah, I used to have a bike, and 70 in head-on winds would give me neck ache, and I
You
could
need strong
crouch
muscles,
down a
that's
little
all.
bit, but I was going to get a windscreen, but I sold it before I did it.
I refuse to put my chin on the tank and look like somebody who's
No,
fallen
no,
off.
I wouldn't do that either. That's not, I'm just not.
Yeah, but
I don't want to scrunch up on a sports
Yeah, but
bike. I like to sit up really.
yeah, but
or,
farmers,
you know.
yeah, but farmers, don't forget the length of a motorbike is a bit longer than a wheelchair, so your centre of
Yes.
gravity is going to be a
That's
bit
true.
lower and a bit
Well,
more central, isn't
All
it?
it
Like away
needs
from you.
is wheelie bars out the back to stop the whole thing going over.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
yeah, you could do that. You could
Like
do
they
that.
do with
Yeah.
drag bikes. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah.
So I'll be quite happy to do 120 miles an hour in a wheelchair like that, but I wouldn't fancy turning the corner in it.
I knew something about turning corners.
Be a straight line.
Right. Yeah, no one stipulated anything about corners. I don't remember
No, not
corners
corners,
being
stop
mentioned.
that.
You'll have to go out to Nevada to use it. That's the only place that you'll be safe.
Nevada,
In
you
the
can do
desert.
that here on the A43. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that's very
I
safe.
was hoping to use the main runway at North Wales.
Oh, that would be cool. That's the
You
safest
don't
place
wanna
to
do
do
it down
it.
the
Or on a
April Straight.
racetrack.
I mean, that's where I nearly killed myself the first time I drove a car on a hard surface. I might as well go back there to try and kill myself again.
Oh yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Oh god, this old sketch.
I will not play that too long for copyright reasons.
Oh no, if my husband was watching this, he'd be crazy.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was brilliant.
I remember the one where he was like brushing his teeth and shaving in the car, or the one where he got changed on a beach and the only other person on
still
that
got
beach
his,
was actually blind.
Has he still got his McLaren F1?
Don't know. Personally.
Ron Atkinson, he's a real petrol head. He certainly used to have a McLaren F1. You know, the 3-seater where the driver sat in the middle,
Mm.
and it did 240
okay.
mile an hour or something.
He wrapped it round the tree.
Yeah, that's right. He binged it.
But I thought he broke it in half.
Yeah, but
That sounds
it's a
about right.
McLaren F1. They'll soon put it back together. If you're spending over £500,000 on a car, they'll fix it for you.
Mm.
Oh,
That's true. In the
let
way
me
that
guess,
sort of
boys,
the frame is
Cavendish-
built. Hmm?
Somebody
Right,
suggested
folks.
I might have driven a Morris. Never driven a Morris. Had an Austin 1300.
I had a Morris Ital, which was a posh marina. Absolute piece of shit.
Right, guys, I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'll thanks for having me on, Mr. 42, and I'll see you all some other time.
You're more than welcome.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you for
everybody.
being here.
Thanks.
All the Derek brothers.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye bye.
I'm gonna have to do the same
Bye-bye.
thing. I've got to go as well. My husband's home shortly. And we're going out for a drive. So, yeah. I'll see you all later.
Okay,
That's
okay.
fine.
Take
Thank you
care.
very much for being here.
No problem. Thanks for having me on. Bye for now. I don't know
Bye.
how to hang up. I'll figure it out in a second. I'll just
You will.
close
It says
I'll just
leave.
close the whole screen. Oh, hang
That
on.
works.
Oh
That
yeah,
works.
leave. There it is.
Leave.
Yep, I see it. I'm used to Discord. It wasn't at the bottom, so I didn't know where it was. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Have a good day.
Okay. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh,
Yeah, that works.
he flopped his F1.
Oh
Hear
dear.
somebody say bye
He
bye.
flopped it.
Was it my daughter? She repeats me
I
sometimes.
think it was. Bye bye.
Let me try that again. Nobody's going, but let me
So
try
cute.
it. Bye bye. Yeah, she
There you go,
repeats it.
I guess you have to be careful what you say. Yes,
So we are-
apparently
Yeah, you can
We
be careful what you say, but then, as I was
Yeah, go
saying,
ahead.
you can be careful what you say, but they're going to figure out anyway. So you might as well just say the words and just tell not to use them anywhere else. So
I learnt them all as a young lad off my father one summer, and most of them was when he was servicing his combine, and he was underneath making adjustments to things and got a face full of chaff. I learned some new words that day. Dad, what does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah. But growing up on the farm and spending all of my working career in the construction industry, you kind of get used to some very blunt and forthright language, I'm afraid. So you do. I always had to be careful around me stepdad, particularly when they were young. You sort of have to sort of reset your language for who you're around.
Let's just say this: work in the public service industry, like I do, and have done for quite a long time. You learn an awful lot of really bad words and phrases that you think I better not curse for this. You see them at where you're working and they're screaming and shouting, and you're going, hypocrites, and these are the people who are telling me not to curse.
Yeah.
Fucking bastards. But no, my daughter's learned an awful lot of these. My daughter's learned a lot of these words, not from me. She's learned YouTube.
And that's
Came
why
in and
it's
asked me
only
the other
YouTube
day,
Kids.
Daddy. Yeah, no, she came in the other day and asked me, Daddy, what does it mean when you stick your middle finger up at somebody? And I'm like, learn that. YouTube. And she only has access to the YouTube Kids app.
Good old Digitus Impudicus. Flipping the bird.
So, exactly.
I have one for you, Nimrod.
That's it. so, like, what's a word bad exactly? I mean, if it's in the dictionary, it's a word that can be used. If I'm not mistaken.
Society basically decides what's good or bad.
Context,
but it's a general society thing.
Yeah, but society are hypocrites.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, certainly over here in the UK, I would still say that the worst possible word you can use is the C word. I mean, that is you watch telly and films now, and they'll throw F-bombs left, right, and centre, but very rarely will you hear the C word, because that is still, I think, probably classed as the rudest word you can use in day-to-day language.
That kind of depends where you're from. The Australians use it all the time.
Yeah, well, over here in the UK, not quite so much.
That is true.
Yeah, so it's a society thing, but I think, and that obviously changes from society to society. And if you go back maybe a generation or two over here, you wouldn't have heard anybody saying bloody, as in bloody hell, that's or bugger. Why don't you bugger off? That's considered harsh language by some people, whereas to me it's nothing.
Yeah, but
time
changes.
After
20, it is a strange thing.
After 20 years in working in the public service sector, we just say there's not a single person out there who hasn't used these words in a tirade towards the people who are trying to help them. And it's just like, right, well, my daughter's going to learn them sometime. She might as well learn it from me, so I can explain to her that she shouldn't use them in ordinary situations. Use them with me only and not anywhere else. And so it gets her out of it.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
I think when I was a kid, it was a running joke that the only school kids that you never heard swearing were the ones on Grange Hill.
Yeah.
TV series. Everywhere else, kids were swearing like troopers. The only school kids you never heard swear were the ones on Grange Hill. Because that's where you learnt the rest of them. If you didn't know if you never heard these words before, you bet your bottom dollar you'd hear them at school. Oh God, not you again.
Oh, that squeak.
Yeah, squeak. Oh,
She's
just clear.
creaking away.
Well, she knows. There she is. She knows when I'm in the live stream. She wants to get up on the desk and be a part of it, doesn't she?
So does
Well,
mine.
that's fine. Mine is
So does
still a little bit.
Mine. And she even has her own little blue chair beside mine, where she loves
Ooh.
to sit beside.
No, don't go that far. No, this cat has a choice of 2 double beds to keep on, but no, she has to be in here with me on my desk, particularly whilst I'm doing this and trying to work. But no, cat comes first, don't you?
Of course.
Of course. Thank God the other one stays downstairs.
Yep. This one comes in every now and then at me like nobody's business because I forgot to feed her or something. Because I'm talking, so she assumes I'm on stream and she has to sit on my shoulder.
That's it. Yeah. Now I've got cat hair everywhere. Yeah, already.
Yeah, and it's that here where there's lots of cat hair flying around.
Oh, I get it constantly. These two just shed all year round.
My cat is still saying no to me.
Yes, grumpy old cunt, the worst the name. Just say no.
Blue Marble Science had a funny thing, apparently. OBS organized a revolt and decided to go live all by itself. That was funny. Well, it kind of depends what you were doing, Blue Marble.
Oh, yeah, I did notice it the other day. That still Blue Marble's gone live. And I thought, no, he didn't say he was going to do that. Oh, no, of course. He didn't plan to, did he?
I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it. I got a notification, but I was doing something else.
I think
Well,
Terry's,
I got a notification in Discord because he's one of the channels I do monitor, but I didn't click on it because I had other stuff doing.
Yeah.
Including preparing for a stream. I was like, hey, let's do a Sunday morning stream for a change. Let's see what the audience is doing Sunday morning. I wasn't sure if people would actually show up. I have no idea. I was actually at a point where I was closing it down because no one did show up, and then suddenly there were more people. Okay, let's go for it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember a certain Terry Davies streaming 12 minutes and 70 seconds of utterly, completely undebunkable flat Earth proof.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a black screen?
It was a black screen with no sound.
Yeah.
I had it yesterday for 30 seconds in my video. I uploaded it to YouTube, but before I set it scheduled for a premiere, I checked it once. That's when I figured it out. So I did a quick re-render. So I had a correct video at the end.
The best bit, Terry's left it. I mean, that was when he was first started. He's left it up there, and it's one of his most popular videos.
Yeah.
I have one of those actually. It's a 13-minute, 37-second video, 1337 on purpose. I have 2 proofs that I cannot debunk. I don't remember the second one, but the first one is this is an egg. Well, sorry, I cannot debunk it. That is actually an egg. There was a second one. I forgot which one it was. And the rest is just the night sky with crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just as long as it's not 27 minutes and 13 seconds.
That is the time to aim for, isn't it?
Sorry, farmers?
That is the time to aim for, isn't it? 27 and 13.
Yeah, 27 and 13 has got to be the time to aim for these days.
Yeah. No, I mean, me particularly this Sunday.
Oh, hey, Miss.
Oh, go on.
Mr. 42, I just noticed yesterday evening, I'm on 41 subscribers. All I need is one more for the perfect number.
Okay. Well, I could, or maybe
So
you could.
Anybody
even put,
out there who wants to be my 42nd?
Well, I think you
Here
will
is
pass
my
the 42. Blue Marble was working on his last video and accidentally pushed the go live button. OBS then conspired with YouTube to do a stream of me working on slides, but he deleted it.
Is that what it was? Unfortunately, Nimrod.
Oh, there we go.
You're on 43.
And now
Jaybird
you're
Max. No.
You're on 43.
You're on 43.
Exactly what I expected to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm 44 now. Excellent.
Birdmax identifies as an Apache.
You got an email saying that you subscribed. Thank you, Jaybird Max. So I think you were my 42nd subscriber.
Well, you only get the email for people who are publicly subscribing. If someone hits their subscriptions, you will not get an email, obviously. And now you're on 44.
Oh, that's yeah.
47, I see.
So, oh! Oh dear! Oh no! Stop subscribing to me, please!
Okay, everybody, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
Wait, you guys are 56.
Well, of course, the next big landmark is 69. It's always a nice position to be in.
Going down, let's check.
Subscribe.
48. Yeah, I turned off the emails for subscriptions.
Oh
It was a
no!
bit too much.
Yeah, I get.
Jay Birdmax.
It's like it's very random as to who.
Jay Birdmax, that is something you told me. I have a memory, you know. I think it was.
Yeah,
in the
wow! I just got my thing. It says I got 21 subscribers in the last 28 days, and I've now got 49. So hooray!
Whoa.
Yeah, and my most popular video is still the Mr. Peel video.
Ah, yeah,
Right.
you told me. You told me.
Right, 49's no good, so I've rounded it up to 50. There we go.
Oh,
I just checked Jaybird Max. You told me this 6 months ago. I was checking the comments now. But yeah, there is some memory here. Not everyone is just random people. People who you meet often in chats and comments and stuff like that. Then you recognize the name, and if they say something, yeah, it just sticks. It happens.
Oh dear.
subscribers of subscriber.
Yeah, but someone who comments once and it was like months ago, you don't remember the names maybe, and that is a normal human thing to happen. I don't value others because they comment more. Just because you see the name more, it tends to stick in the name.
Yeah.
In the head, I mean, sorry. So yeah, that is. A thing
that's unfortunately not in my case because I forget my own name if I didn't have a tag.
Who are you again?
What? Who? What?
What? Huh? What?
I know I'm Nimrod, but my real name.
This Ian. So that took you a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting mad, crazy delay.
Oh, okay. I will explain this for people who weren't there. Last time his name in here was I am Nimrod, and when he turned off his webcam, Restream shortened it to Ian. I am Nimrod, Ian.
Fair enough.
So that was pretty funny.
So I am. That's why I'm now facepalm.
Yes. It's a bit hard to pronounce facepalm, the emoji. So we just call it facepalm.
Well, you can just say, "Hey, you idiot." I'll usually answer.
Yeah, but then I'm afraid that multiple people might answer me.
You can call me whatever you want, just don't call me late dinner.
Okay.
And you can even call
My
me late
daughter-
for dinner if you want.
But that's not very nice.
You can always heat food again, I suppose.
Well, there's a microwave present, so yeah, it's all possible.
Of course, that's what half my meals are, because I cook things in bulk and stick them in the freezer.
Yep.
Thaw them out, 3 minutes in the microwave, Bob's your uncle.
What is
Well, seeing as I've alone no set dinner time, so I can never be late for my own dinner because I'm the one who has to make the fucking thing.
Yeah, same here.
Well, but what can happen is that your cat says that you are late for giving her dinner. Or him, sorry.
No, mine never do that. They've always got a bowl of
Oh,
food and
yes,
bowl
it's a
of
her.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you could be late for someone's dinner.
I could
Ellen
be
is
late
showing
cleaning
off
out
her
her
background.
toilet, but then
Oh, look. Come here, sit
that's BM.
Shall we play a game?
game.
ICBM.
Let's play global thermonuclear war. How long is it since I've seen that?
Shall we play a game?
Intercontinental business machines.
Oh yeah.
How about
Yesterday I
that?
saw a video from LGR, Lazy Game Reviews, who had a miniature 5150, if I remember correctly, scale 1 to 10, with a working screen. It was a pretty nice video. It was, of course, not powered by a real IBM. It was, I think, a Raspberry Pi below it or something like this. I don't know. But it was pretty funny to see. Let me see if I can find that. LGR. It was a blurb. Ah, here. It was a 5150. My memory is not that bad, apparently. That's good.
I thought that was a Van Halen album.
Share screen. Chrome tab.
No, you-
Then
I think you're thinking of the Van Halen belts.
No, there was most definitely a Van Halen album called 5150.
so this is a 1 to 10 scaled
Oh,
50.
look at that. Oh, wow.
5150. And to put here, he has it in his hand, so you can actually see the scale of it. It is so very detailed. And this is a working screen.
Huh. Wow.
Wow.
There's different stuff on the screen. And that floppy that you see in front, he is using it here with the tweezers. Let me. Yeah, here he's putting it in. That is how small it is. It's a wonderful piece of art if you're into it. Yes, that is LGR back. That is indeed LGR.
I love those floppy disks.
Yeah. Hello, Judy Bassett. Good day to you. Good afternoon. Because I know your location, basically.
And just think, the United States Air Force still uses machines with 8-inch floppy drives in them.
Blimey.
Yes, I know that.
I remember using the what were they before?
Well-
3.5? Was it four and
Five and a
something?
quarter.
And they were actually floppy because
Yeah.
the 3.5 inch were quite solid, weren't they? They weren't really
Yeah.
floppy discs.
Well, the 5 1/4 were also floppy. That
Yes.
was basically the last one that were really floppy.
That's the one I'm thinking of, the 5 1/4. Then
And
Yeah,
then
so
it
it
became really a disc
I
diskette.
think my first CAD workstation had both the 5.5 and 5 1/4 and the 3.5. Because we weren't networked, we didn't have internet or anything like that. It was everything was on discs. They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I started off with, my father had a computer. It was loading with a cassette tape.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh,
bit slower.
We wanted a computer for Christmas, and this was very early 80s. The BBC Model B had come out, and somehow, in their wisdom, our parents bought us I'll never forget this, a Sharp MZ711. And it was like, well, I've never heard of that before. What the bloody hell's this? What'd you buy this for? We won't get any games for it. They said, yeah, but it's got a built-in tape deck. You actually it didn't even have BASIC on it. If you wanted to run programs that ran on BASIC, you had to load BASIC first, and that took 7.5 minutes. Then swap the tapes over and actually load the game that you wanted to play. So we hardly ever used it because it was crap. But yeah, I'll never forget that. A Sharp MZ711.
So to give him some credit to the maker, it was created by Nicholas Temsey, not sure how to pronounce that. He only made 40 copies of this scale model for the 30th anniversary of its release in 1981.
Wow.
And that screen can produce color images, actually. Can I show that? In the preview it was visible, but... Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Bloody hell.
Color. It's really, really nice.
Which is great considering the original was green screen only, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but try to find a miniature screen that can do that still.
Yeah.
That is not... Actually, yeah, this. Hello, Carl Edwards. You did not greet me, that's all fine. I did not greet you either yet, so hello. Oh, I missed Dora and Koo coming in. Hello, Dora. Oh, you just came in actually, so that's fine. I didn't miss it.
I like Dora. I can always rely on Dora. When I can't remember something, Dora's there with the answer. Brilliant. Catch it.
I have a little thing to do right now. I am handed here a doll and clothes of a doll. So
Right.
I am now going to dress a doll, apparently.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
Very important.
yeah, that must happen right now.
Yeah, and
Try being a
in 1 second, as soon as you dress the doll, she'll take it back, take all the clothes off, and ask for you to put the clothes back on again.
Yeah, but there are moments like such that I say no. It just didn't happen today, so I'm willing to do it right now. But if she does that, I will actually say no. I have no problems with that. She must learn that's not always a good time, which is fine. Alicia, Fatty, here. So,
Exactly.
look, I made it happen. It close.
Oh. Wowzers! You get to play with dolls.
Oh yeah, every day, mate. Every day.
I just stick to playing with models.
Oh.
So, anyone?
I'll just with my pussy.
No,
That is
run away.
fine in context.
Yeah.
Dora and Koo,
So-
yes, action figures are also called dolls.
Oh, I just got a DM from Blue Marble Science asking if he can join us, guys. And I say, absolutely. Blue Marble, the link to join is actually in the description. It's free for all to join. But maybe you missed that part. That can happen. Did you ask it a long time ago? Oh, sorry, I missed the last 6 minutes of that. Apparently.
That's a morning's work. That is one track for a Russian tank.
Yeah, nice. Which Russian tank?
That's the experimental. I think it was the SVK with 2 turrets that became the KV-1. That is 110 links, all pinned together, so that when you put it on the kit, it all hangs realistically. That's one side.
Wowzers.
Still got another side to go yet, and it's all held together with brass wire. But yeah, it's all fully. It is a 1/35th replica of the real track. Keeps me off the streets.
No, I couldn't. I don't have the patience for that.
Here's the other one that I haven't started yet.
Oh no!
And they every single link needs inspecting, cleaning. When you start pinning them together, you have a 1/2 mil drill bit that you use to clean everything out. Then you have to cut the brass wire down and pin them in one by one by one. And
That's gonna keep you off the streets.
It certainly does. It certainly does. Especially at the moment because it's raining.
It's raining here too.
Oh dear. Yes, Peck, I have done Citadel figures. I've got some somewhere. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was a little lad back in the day.
Dora Nku. Keeping track of time. Really?
We have a new guest joining the stream. Let's all welcome Blue. Hello, Blue. I hope it works better than last time.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, it works.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do know I like fluffy kittens.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's working a little better than it did last time.
Yeah, exactly, because that was not... last time we were not able to have a proper conversation whatsoever, but now we can actually hear you and reply to you.
Yeah, it's roboting a little bit on my end.
Okay. Are you also using a mobile device or is it a normal computer?
What am I using?
Yeah, you're on your PC.
I didn't understand the question.
Oh, are you using a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop or a computer? I don't know what you use.
This crazy thing is just roboting like nobody's business.
Oh dear.
I don't know. This might not work. We'll see.
We hear you
Let me turn the
perfectly
camera
fine.
off. Maybe that'll work better that way.
We can try. How does that work for you? Guess not. Oh dear. Nimrod, help him out. You seem to have similar problems.
Hey, Nimrod can't tech.
Yeah.
Nimrod and his tech can't tech.
We heard Blue perfectly fine before, but now he seems to have dropped off all completely. What is this, Ellen?
That is Great Yarmouth Pier, photographed in January, so pouring with rain and all closed up.
Uh-huh.
But they do put the lights on. Because, you know, the joys of living in an East Coast holiday resort.
Yes. Cold and wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the time.
And that's in the
Bye-bye.
summer.
Bye-bye, Jaybird Max. Enjoy your working day. Thanks for being here. And bye-bye from my daughter as well. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that is ridiculously cute, is what that is.
Yeah,
And when you
now
said
I hear
hello blue as well, she said hello blue.
Hello, Blue. Yeah, we heard that.
Oh, that is cute. Oh, she doesn't repeat that now. She did just now as well, but not now. Oh well. Blue, in case you're trying, we don't hear you at all now. Not just for your information.
Yeah,
I
still,
hope you can fit.
No.
it's still
hope-
roboting.
Oh.
I'm not sure how I can fix it either.
I've got my desk mate.
That's terrible. I always love having Blue on live streams, either his or mine or anywhere. But if it doesn't work, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It works for everyone else, yeah?
Restream needs to get its act together.
Well, what they are doing, I've checked a little bit into what their internal workings are. The biggest difference between, for example, StreamYard and Restream, is how they are trying to make their product better. And currently, the only way of doing that is by using a lot of JavaScript, which is pretty heavy in some circumstances. For example, mobile devices, Nimrod.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing a great job. They really don't have other options. If they wouldn't do that, they would be just another platform like Lemon or StreamYard. But they try to improve stuff. So yeah, it has pros and cons.
Well, it's not going too bad today, apart from my amazing delay that I'm experiencing.
Well, it's already better than before. Now you reply to me within a second. Before it was a few
Oh,
seconds.
wow.
So there is an improvement there.
Before it felt like the whole day had gone by.
Ah. So you made dinner, cleaned the kiddie toilet, everything.
Yeah.
Oh dear,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes, I have things to do. Thanks for your chat.
Ah, you're welcome, Smoka. You were a bit quiet today.
I'm always kind of quiet.
I know. It's not a bad thing. Thanks for being here to fill the screen. you had some nice bed sharing. It's all appreciated. Enjoy your day and see you next time.
Goodbye.
And good morning, Ace Fox, to you. He says cheers from Washington State. It's for him 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Why on earth is he up early on a weekend? I don't know, Ace Fox. You have to tell us.
It wouldn't have anything to do with Glenn the Cheery O's falling over, possibly, and causing a localized earthquake.
Ooh. That might register on a Cavendish experiment. And then the fleurs will go, all mental from, you see, it can be influenced by external factors. I heard them complain about that happening to Blue. That was crazy.
But we know the Cavendish can be
boy.
affected by external factors, which is why you have to be so careful doing the bloody thing.
Exactly.
That's why Cavendish built that, cross between the shed and the barn to build it. And that's why he set up the whole thing so he could view it from outside. So he didn't go in and upset it. It just highlights that they haven't got the first idea about what the Cavendish experiment is, how it operates. Oh, hang on. They don't understand reality. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what it basically comes down to.
That is basically also what happened
And
yesterday
we are
in my video
surprised.
against Gary Rybenga. His reality is different from the reality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a minute as well. My daughter is crying. I'll be right
Oh
back.
dear.
It will be fine in a second.
Oh
don't
no.
worry.
Oh yes, they all. The Cavendish experiment, was that the one with the? What was the Cavendish experiment again?
It's the torsion balance. It's the frame with the
Oh.
arm with balls on, and it's the balls being attracted to the bigger balls. And Blue
it's
built
to do with
a scale replica of the original apparatus.
it's to
just a
do
spark.
with gravity. Oh yes, thank you, Peck. The two balls, yes.
Yes, it's a demonstration of mass attracting mass.
Actually, it's two big balls
So
and
if-
two little balls.
Yes, two pairs of balls. Can almost break out into an AC/DC song here.
Yeah.
Big balls.
Four balls. So if Glenn Cheerios was anyone in the experiment, it would just start spinning wildly around.
Well, it would certainly upset it.
Because that guy has his own gravity field. Yeah, he must have his own gravitational field.
Blue's having connection issues by the looks of it.
Yeah, I've
I can only
had
get
that
50%
so
what
often.
you guys are saying. It's a bugger.
Don't worry, I only get about 10% of what they're saying, and I actually can hear what they're saying.
Oh, what you mean in real life?
Yeah. Oh, so is that not what he meant?
No. Oh, dear.
That might be a you problem.
We just be. Yes, we've got balls, Mr. 42. Have you anything to add to that conversation?
What kind of balls? Was it blues balls?
Yes, it was Blue's big balls.
Yeah, that is usually the topic when
Loads
it
of-
is about ball.
Loads of balls, according to Stevie B.
Oh.
And Dora NQ wants Dora NQ wants a 4-ball.
Ah. Oh, small. I have a small message for Dora actually. Dora, last time you sent me a super chat for €2 for the little Miss 21. I did buy her those Kinder Eggs with a little chocolate and surprise in the middle. I just didn't make a video of it because she was grabbing them from my hands and I was not fast enough. And she opens those things within seconds. But thank you on her behalf.
Well, that kind of is what happens when you introduce Kinder Egg to kids, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I remember the first time she had one of those, it took her like an hour to open it. And now it happens within seconds. It's awesome.
Once they figure out how to get to the chocolate.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm glad I have headphones on because if she hears that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they
I
are not
can't
for me,
even
Dora.
spell
I
words
know.
in front of my daughter.
Ah.
I know people do spelling the words to make sure kids don't understand. My daughter never had that problem with spelling of chocolate. So, or ice cream. And she knew the spellings of ice cream and chocolate in both English and Swedish from very early on, when people would kind of whisper or try to mouth it, so she wouldn't understand, and she'd sit there for a couple of seconds looking up into space and then go, "Oh yes, I want my," or if it was done in Swedish, "Oh yeah, jag vill ha lite glass." Damn quick when they want to.
Ah, there it is. Sorry, I was looking for a comment on my latest video. There we go. I had to do something.
Kinder
quick.
egg.
Yeah. Kinder Eye.
Oh, yeah.
Kinder.
I'm not. Well, Peck, maybe they are important. That's why they are expensive over there. I have no idea. But I can buy one for €1 in the local shop. So might be different there. I don't know. Never been there.
Well, I know I think they're about £1 here, but of course the exchange rate for Australia is pretty close to $2 to the pound.
What is it?
I have no idea. Did not look into that.
And I think I'll change the pictures for a little bit just for Ace Fox.
Oh. Ace Fox and Joy. That's an order.
Czech Provost. What is it? I think. Oh, apparently 3 Kinder Eggs over a 3-pack of Kinder Eggs is £1.89. So yeah. That's at Tesco.
Yeah. What I was looking for, there was a reason why I wanted to buy my daughter a present, and I was looking on Amazon for a big package of those things. I think they come in 72 pieces. But what it came out in the end, that on Amazon in a big package, it would be more expensive than buying them one by one in the shop here, which was very weird to me.
You've got to be careful with Amazon. If you're not careful with that sort of thing, they'll screw you over.
Oh yeah.
There was a website. I'm sure I've still got a link somewhere. You know, Amazon has their big sort of like Black Friday and the big sales of Christmas and everything else. Well, they say it's now only this. There's a website that if you put in a specific item on Amazon, it will track back its entire history of how much it's cost.
Yeah.
And you'll see that what they quite often do is prior to these big sales, a month previously, they will inflate the cost somewhere and then bring it back down again for the sale. And they're buggers. And they'll also inflate the price. If you're really lazy and want it delivered the next day, you're paying a premium price. If you're not in a hurry, you can get it cheaper.
That is actually normal. That I don't see as a bad thing. If you want it fast, you pay for it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And the other thing, yes, they do that, but it's not just Amazon doing that. There's a lot of companies doing that. Yeah. Which is terrible indeed.
And it's ironic that last year, sort of over Christmas and the year before, I spent some time working in an Amazon warehouse local to me. Just about every time I order something from Amazon, it comes from Scotland. Because I know what the codes are on the box. It's a dirty, great big warehouse. I think it's Dunfermline in Scotland. Just about everything. I try not to order too much from Amazon. Having worked there, I know what people are going through working there, so I try not to inflict it on them.
Yeah.
So I've got an order coming today. It's a new black cartridge for my printer because I looked everywhere and the genuine black print ink cartridge, the cheapest I could find, was Amazon. So,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, if it's €1 or €2 in a local shop, I will not order on Amazon. But if the difference is 10, 20 euros for something that costs 50, for example, well, sorry, but I will order on Amazon.
Yeah. Books and things.
It pays to shop around even when you're in.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. I mean the books. Most of these books are very specific. You know, they're all reference books. Those sort of things I try not to buy from Amazon because I know I can get them elsewhere from smaller independent bookshops, bookstores. Some of them are only online. I'll quite happily support them. But sometimes even then, I mean, these are all Haynes manuals. Mercury, Gemini, the Lunar Rover, and then strangely enough, it goes into tanks again. A lot of them, the cheapest source is Amazon. But if I can find it cheaper elsewhere, Amazon ain't getting my trade. You know, having been on the rough end for 9 months of it.
Yeah, and yesterday I was looking for a new mouse.
I agree with you there.
Sorry, go ahead, Nimrod.
Killer lag.
Yeah, he's back on lagging for seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my signal strength has gone down to orange and red. But yeah, no, I mean, even if it's only just a few cents cheaper, I'll go and buy it in the shop just because it's quicker to buy it in the shop. Even a few cents cheaper on Amazon. I try to avoid them like the plague, and most online stuff because you know there's a lot of shops out there going into liquidation because people aren't out buying stuff anymore and they're buying it online instead because Amazon is so great. and then they go, "Oh, but we're losing our town, and all these shops are shutting down. Why is this happening?" Well, you're not going and buying stuff there anymore. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff that's behind me, you wouldn't be able to go and find it in bookshops anyway. It's specialist stuff that's in specialist bookshops that I mean, the 2 or 3 places I use, they're halfway across the bloody country. I'm not just going to drive up there and have a browse, but it's all there on their website. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love looking around bookshops, but I go to Waterstones now and I think I've got a better collection than you have. You know, it's just the way it's gone. I second-hand bookshops. There used to be one on the coast in sunny Hunstanton, and every time we went to the coast, I would always go in there, and I could invariably find something I'd want. And they were second-hand books, but second-hand books could be an absolute bargain if they're still in good nick. Well, a lot of these were second-hand. Why buy brand new if it's second-hand, but it looks like nobody's read it, and it'll be half the price. Thank you very much. That'll do me.
Yeah.
Having said that, I hate to think
oh
how
yeah,
much
secondhand
this actually worth.
shops are actually pretty great, but I mean, you can if lose a lot of money in there buying lots and lots of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, you do have to. You have to exercise some self-restraint. He says, "Just ignore everything behind you." That wasn't self-restraint. It's taken a few years to build up, though.
Of course.
In my defence. And it's also now why I said I'd never have a Kindle, and now I have a Kindle. Because if I didn't have a Kindle, I would have, I don't know, another 4 of those bookcases. Just physically don't have enough room in the house.
Well, having electronic books is not thing. In a lot of cases, I find it's better traveling anywhere, and I have time to read a book. I don't want to be bringing around a big, thick hunk of books. Have it on my iPad, and I can read it. Or like I do when I drive into work, I have my audiobooks playing. So I'm listening to right now. I'm listening to Thud by Terry Pratchett. So it's
nice.
It's a great way. I'm re-listening to it. Should I say? It's about the 10th time I've listened to it.
Judy
How many
Bassett
times
just
I've read the actual books itself.
Judy Bassett just super chatted for €5 without a message. Thank you very much, Judy.
Thank you, Judy. Yeah, but I have a half-life bookcase upstairs that's just my Terry Pratchett. And I'm also, as they come up cheap on Amazon, I'm also getting the Kindle version because I just find for novel. I mean, all of these, most of these are reliant on the photos that are in them. That's why they have to be physical books. But if it's just a novel, I'll have it on the Kindle.
Yeah, it's it is not such a bad thing at all having them on a digital platform as well as in physical form too. I do love having the. Oh, and yes, Jens GNU Piteri.
I do have almost every single one of his books in hardback now. There's a few left that are still paperback, but we get it now. I'm tracking them down. Some of them are hard to find now. And of course,
I've never been one for collecting hardback versions.
No, what I never was, but I started. Yes, I've never read it. Probably never will.
It's
because
it was a weird one. I can tell you that. Book I downloaded it and I was listening. I listened to it. I didn't read it. I listened to it. It's a weird. It's one of the more weirder books because you can see. I won't spoil too much for you, but he is putting a lot of hidden messages in there because I think he knew.
Oh, by the time he was writing that book, most definitely he was already suffering because he was having to.
He was going to be his.
Yeah,
He knew it was.
he
I think he
having
knew it was his last book.
Yeah, I think you're right. I will at one point get round to reading it, but I've had the hardback for quite some time, and I've always thought if I read that, I then know that that's it. There is no more Terry Pratchett. But of course, since then, they've actually gone back and found some of his early work that never really got published very well, and they're re-releasing that, and they're the ones I'm trying to pick up. Plus, of course, I've still got the odd novel that's not in hardback. So they're the only hardback novels I'll buy, just because I love Terry Pratchett so much.
That's
Yeah,
good.
unfortunately, there will never be any more of his stuff by any of the other co-authors he worked with, because they destroyed they destroyed everything.
Yep.
Upon his wishes.
Yes. But it's like,
Yep.
I love my Clive Cussler novels, but they're not Clive Cussler novels because he died several years ago. But they're all Clive Cussler with somebody. But actually, they're carrying on. They're writing in the style of Clive Cussler and doing it quite well. So, yeah, I love them.
Yeah, I don't think even Neil Gaiman, who worked with Pratchett so very, very much, I don't think even he would be able to write a Discworld novel by himself. Even if he did have access to all of Terry Pratchett's side work histories and stuff, character histories and stuff, I don't think he'd even be able to write a book in the way Pratchett was able to write. Although I did learn something so long ago from one of my Polish friends. You know the town of Stołot
Yes.
in Discworld? Yeah. Stołot is what the Polish people say as a happy birthday.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah. So, you know, Pratchett was always taking all of these weird sentences and everything you can find in the real world, and he just kind of twists slightly to make it funny and fit into Discworld. And it's like, yeah, the first works if you have all of magic involved, and it has to sit on top of 4 elephants and the green. And you know, I think he was really out of flat Earth, and he does it in such a fantastic way.
I mean, I never really got into sort of fantasy novels. I mean, I've always been a sci-fi guy. I'd read a few of the Conan the Barbarian books, but I was talking to somebody and we was talking about hitchhikers and how I love Douglas Adams, and he said, "Oh, if you like Douglas Adams, you'll like this new guy that's just started doing this stuff based on what is called the Discworld." And of course, I started with, I think the second book had come out, The Light Fantastic. So I bought that in the Colour of Magic, and that was it. I was been following Pratchett ever since.
Yeah.
Because he is taking a piss out of fantasy novels, isn't he? You know, or it was to start.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I first read the first thing I read by Pratchett was
Yes. Yeah.
And then Diggers, and then Wings, and then my brother brought home The Unadulterated Cat, which was so terribly hilarious and so true about everything cats. I mean, he describes cats perfectly in that book. And yeah, and then my brother then gave me a Discworld novel. I forget which one. I think it was one of the first two. Anyway, it was either Color of Magic or Light Fantastic. And from then on, that's it. Pratchett has just been part of my life since then, and I'm a Kevin 100%. I'm a Kevin. I will totally admit that. Hands up high. I am a Kevin.
A Kevin?
Yes, somebody who likes Terry Pratchett is a Kevin.
Oh, I'm a Kevin. I didn't realise that.
I thought Kevin's were the male versions of Karen, though.
That's what I thought.
No, I think male versions of Karens are still Karens, and I think that's the point.
Yeah. I'm not sure about it works in other countries, but in Germany, if they use Kevin, it is for a stupid person who's not per se rude, but just stupid.
Yeah.
So, Well,
That sucks if you
not-
actually
not-
call
not
if your
in the
name is
Pratchett.
Kevin.
I actually have a nephew, or I think it's some family relative in Germany anyway, and his name is Kevin.
Oh dear, he's gonna have a bad time.
Never knew that before. Oh Lord! Now we can start taking the piss out of him. Don't
Are you a Kevin?
be such a Kevin.
Exactly. Ooh. Ah, this is the librarian.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
ook. Don't
I remember that
call
from
him a
reading the
monkey.
books.
That's
Yep.
right. There was an accidental magic discharge in the library. He got turned into an orangutan. And he's resisted every attempt since to turn him back again.
Yeah, that was actually what book? Oh God, I wish I could remember. I wish I had a better memory. I forgot what book that was from. Because I remember I was listening to it not so long
that
ago.
was early doors. That's one of the first ones that was mentioned.
It was one of the earlier books.
It-
But
it
my
was-
favorite,
protecting itself. It might even have been the end of Colour of Magic when Rincewind goes over the Rimfall. And I think
I was
reality
just
tries
going
to
to say,
protect itself.
didn't it have something to do with Rincewind? So yeah,
Yes, because him and Two Flower become the Discworld's first Chelonauts, and they go over the Rimfall, and to save them,
yeah.
there's that book in the Unseen University Library. I can't think what's bloody called now, and I think it's something to do with that.
Yeah.
And I think it gives off this magical charge. It's so huge.
The
And the librarian gets caught up in it and gets turned into an orangutan. I think that's when it's a long time since I've read that one.
yeah, the book was called the Oculum, and it's 7 of its 8 spells because one of the spells was locked inside of Rincewind's head,
Heads. Yes.
and the book didn't want its spell to be destroyed or get lost in Discworld.
That's it.
See, things do come back to me occasionally.
I have to start
And
over
definitely
reading that.
Ook.
Yeah, Ook triggered me. A memory
Yeah,
as well.
I don't remember if Sky 1 in England anyway, I think they did filmize a couple of Terry Pratchett's books, and I think did The Colour of Magic and the like
Yes.
as
Colour of Magic,
As
Blood
a-
Fantastic, The Hogfather. What else did they do? I'm sure they did another one.
is it
Going Postal, I think they did. I think it was Going Postal. But yeah, they sort of they got the actors wrong. To be honest, David Jason doesn't make a very good Rincewind.
it's the one where he's the postmaster job of it, and Pratchett was involved all the way along.
That's Going Postal. The one before Thud.
Terry Pratchett has been in all of those, all of the Sky One adaptations.
Yeah.
He makes a little appearance on it, even in the credits of all those ones. So yeah. But I think
Oh dear. I think your connection is breaking down, Nimrod.
Yeah.
He is in the
Yes,
red on my screen.
it probably is.
Oh dear.
Nimrod, this is not your fault, but that is words in random order. Oh god.
Just like listening to a flat earther.
Let me turn him off and turn him on again. Let's see if that works. Nimrod, do you hear us better now? Maybe not. His signal strength is in the red right now, as far as the restream is showing me.
I've got 10 out of 10.
Yes, you have, and so does Alan, and so have I.
Yeah, we usually over here in the UK we usually get quite a good signal on just about everything. I think.
Yeah, well, sometimes I get a little bit of delay if I'm talking to an Australian Discord service, if they started this thing first. But that's only a delay. I can still hear them perfectly. Just when I reply, they talk over me because I come in seconds later.
Yeah.
But that is just, it's going all around the globe.
Get that all the time talking to Terry. Sort of 300,
Yeah,
400,
that is actually.
minutes.
I was talking about him because that's the only Australian server I talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, we are on. I am on for 2 hours and 50 minutes ago already. I am closing it down slowly already.
That's cool because it's nearly rugby o'clock.
Ooh, so maybe the timing is perfect then.
It's the Six Nations, and in a quarter of an hour's time, hopefully, over in Italy, England will be showing Italy how to play rugby. I bloody hope they do. But we'll see.
Oh, and no, it is just Peck talking over me apparently. Shut up, Peck. I think that's why he's saying this.
He wanted you to say "shut up, Pet." Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shut up, Pet.
He kind of knows I don't really mean it, and he loves it. So, Nimrod, I see your signal strength is back. We still don't hear you. Can you try again? You're on 9 out of 10 now.
Why? Because it doesn't say that on my screen.
Oh, it does on my
Hello?
side, and I can hear you just fine right now. Yes, hello.
Yes. Not only can we hear you, the words are in the right order.
Yeah, indeed.
Because they weren't.
That's shocking that I'm saying words in a order.
Well,
yeah, no,
maybe the
I've
connect.
red
Maybe
showing
you
on my
say it in the
screen.
incorrect order, but your bad connection puts it in the right order. I'm not sure what happens here.
I was talking too much Discworld anyway.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat indeed.
Being too much of a Kevin.
Super Bowl? No, I'm talking proper rugby. Not that half-assed imitation the Yanks do. Super Bowl.
A Super Bowl is something you have a whole box. A Super Bowl put a whole box of cereal in with 2 full big 3 liters of milk in.
Yep, that's a Super
That's
Bowl.
a Super Bowl.
That is a big bowl.
Thank you for being here, Ace Fox. Bye bye. Sleep well. So let's close it down
And I have
slowly.
50 subscribers.
Oh, congratulations! You're halfway there to 100.
I was 50. I was number 50.
Woo!
So Nimrod, when you were
Thank you.
not here, I was telling them I'm closing down the stream slowly. Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to share? Now is your time to shine. Share your channel again.
Well, I did hear you saying you were closing it down slowly. I heard you all quickly. You just couldn't hear me, as usual, or maybe you just weren't listening. My only thoughts are everybody get out there, read Terry Pratchett, and subscribe to my YouTube. There will be out hopefully before summer.
Oh, that's great. And in between, I got a super chat from Stevie B for 10 British pounds. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for your support, Stevie B. And I will stream irregularly from now on. I'm not gonna put myself to a certain schedule. I don't do that for my videos. I'm not gonna do that for streams as well, because I am chaotic. That's just how it is. Deal with it. Okay. And thank you for your words, Nimrod. Farmer's Boy, any thoughts, last words, something to share? Go ahead.
No, not really. It's just nice to come here and hang out and not listen to complete idiots spewing shit all over the airways. Because that's what I had earlier on this morning. It was just too much. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, and Nimrod is absolutely right. I did 5 live streams, and he was in 5 of them, so he's still on 100%. It was a little bit of a challenge to start a live stream early in the morning, especially on a Sunday, but he did not fail me. Well done, Nimrod.
Good man.
Good man. So you don't have a channel to share or something, Farmers Boy? No.
I've got subscribers on a channel that's got nothing.
Okay.
I just like joining in, and I mean, 4 years ago it was like they're flat earthers. Here we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how I started, and there's nothing wrong with not making content.
There's so many other people out there doing it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It's totally up to you. I just started out of an accident. If you saw that video, you would know. But it was a happy accident. Okay. I'm gonna put you also in the waiting room. I'll be with you after the stream is over. And we are left with Alan Evans. Alan! Hello.
Well, thank you for having me on, Mr. 42.
Okay. You're always welcome. Is there anything you want to share? Any last thoughts for the stream? You go ahead. This is your time to shine.
The only thought I have is, you know, like I said, wish Gary would bother to answer the questions that he asked you to pose him.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't hope that he will stop making content because he's an excellent source of laughter and a good source of me making videos.
Indeed, he's a.
So, please continue, Gary. Okay, sorry, I had a cough here. Good morning, David Lee. You come in on a bad moment because I'm actually closing down slowly. And Dora missed 2/3 of the stream. Yeah, sorry about that. You can't have it every time, unfortunately. I'm gonna put you in the back room as well, Alan. You can wait if you want to. I will be right with you once I close down. So I want to thank all the panel members that were here. I cannot call out all the names because I'm kind of afraid I forget someone and I don't want to upset anyone. But thank you all for being there, and for the for people in the chat, also thank you for being here. For all the super chats, for all the normal chats, for keeping me entertained and giving me stuff to talk about, and the others. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the stream enough to give it a like. Check the description. There is a Discord server. Yes, I repeat it once more. There is a Twitter feed if you want to follow. Yes, Miss Nimrod, Little Miss 21. So, already said bye-bye. She will repeat it in a few seconds as well, probably. If you want to support my channel, there's a Patreon. You can click join. If you don't or cannot do that, don't worry. All my content will always be free. And don't feel bad about it. Not everyone is able or willing to support financially, and that's 100% fine. And that are my closing thoughts. So I thanks everyone again. And this has been Mr. 42 out. And don't forget, don't panic.